welcome to another episode of Give and Take. I'm your host, sadistic and bloodthirsty DM Tanner Brooks, and I'm here with I gotta come up with a better title for myself. Sadistic and bloodthirsty is kind of getting a little bit old. I'm here with not the operators. That's just usually what I say. I'm here with the Johnsons.
The rambunctious Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
The rambunctious Dwayne "The Rock" Johnsons. Do I have my mic set right? Yeah.
Vote the Rock.
Vote the Rock. When you guys talk, make sure you're talking at the mic.
Hello, Mike.
Maybe not that close. Thanks, though. I appreciate it. Okay, so it's been a minute since our listeners would have listened to your episodes. What happened last time?
We went out roaming.
We were out roaming. We were not Greeking. We were roaming.
We needed to find a new home, and in pursuit of that home, I investigated a pet shop, which was filled up with crazy zombies. We ran from the crazy zombies.
Do you guys have a name for the crazy zombies?
Isn't that what I just...
Do you want to call them the crazy zombies, or do you want to call them something else?
We're going to call them...
What were we going to call them, the chompers?
I thought we were going to call them Meryl Streep, all of them.
Maybe not. We're going to have to come up with something different. Jumpers? That's interesting.
Why can't we just say crazy?
Okay, the crazy zombies.
The crazy zombies.
Ran up
keep
against
going.
them.
What's the problem?
We're gonna have
so
to change that.
they chased us to the auto place because we were like, we'll get a car because when a horror situation arises, you just have to get a car and then run to the car.
Yep.
We didn't run to the car. We ran out and then got attacked. Leonard almost killed Trevor.
Yeah, Leonard got a crit on our team lead.
Luckily, that was good.
Who was there to save everyone? None other than Gerald Double Bogey, the sewer keeper, who, in lieu of using his golf clubs or his poisoned arrows, he's got a lot of tools in his Batman toolkit, Gerald ended up scrambling the brains of at least 3 zombies.
He did.
Just getting out and touching people.
And him and Pearl made out.
No, that is a lie, actually.
Maybe Gerald had a dream about that.
Gerald probably dreamed... No, we're not going to get into that. But no, Gerald and... what's her face?
Pearl,
dang it.
have some respect.
I'm sorry.
That's my girlfriend.
Hey, she's not interested in you in the slightest, so I don't know if you can really say she's your girlfriend. Yet, sure. But yeah, that did not happen. However, the rest of that is true. Now, we're going to bust into what happened in the days after. Do you guys have any questions before we start?
Also, we had to kill Jamie after she died.
Oh, yeah, Jamie died.
She died
That's
and
we
killed
lost
her.
Jamie.
Oh, and then...
everyone got mad at me.
Yes.
And I screwed it up. I screwed the pooch.
Did you crit fail, or what did you roll on that?
He critically failed.
Yeah.
He was giving an inspirational speech.
It sounded really good till I rolled the die.
Yeah. And it didn't go over too well. He rolled a 1, and everyone hates him and blames him for the fact that Jamie's dead and that Trevor is mostly dead. Which is actually pretty lucky for me. Somehow I managed to dodge the blame, even though I'm the one who swung the crowbar and smashed his face.
Maybe nobody knows that happened.
I don't think you escaped as innocently as you want to.
Well, he probably won't remember much.
That's true. Guaranteed.
Also, everyone blames Tex for Gerald and Pearl not hooking up.
Is that a thing?
This is 100% not true.
Non-canonical.
That's the gossip.
Non-canonical. We will not let that be canonical. Okay, so we're going to move on to what happened in the days between.
Yes.
So, we waited a few days for Trevor to get his wits back about him and to recover in general after... Do we fully decide you're 13?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
after the 13-year-old nearly brained him.
Okay, but it was in an attempt to save his life.
And it was an accident. It's the same as when Leonard backed his dad's truck
I guess it's fine. You never took the Hippocratic Oath.
Yeah, well,
It's the thought
do
that
no
matters.
harm.
Okay,
I was trying to do no harm.
in between, we went out and did some scavenging stuff. So 3 days of scavenging.
Sweet.
What do you guys want to do during those 3 days to kind of better your situation? Because I've got what your NPCs did, but I need to know what you guys did.
I think looking for food or med kits is always a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's what we did the whole time.
Yeah.
Just went out scavenging.
I read The Gulag Archipelago by Alexander Solzhenitsyn.
Okay,
Gerald just boned up on some Russian literature.
Wait, so my character, meanwhile, he found some leadership books. And pouring over these leadership books. I'm loving this.
Sounds
Actually,
successful.
this is awesome.
No. It's Leonard found some tapes from like Tony Robbins.
Yes.
Leonard
Oh my
found some
God.
Tony Robbins.
Well, also I found this textbook that taught about leadership in business settings, and I
Right.
learned how to
negotiate.
not be a cat, or not be a house cat, not be a tiger, but to be a service heart.
Servant's heart, man.
Servant's heart. And
Oh
so
my gosh.
That's
okay,
real.
we're
That's
good.
a
This
real
is
textbook.
this is great scene setting. Thank you
I'm so
for doing
pumped
that.
about it. Anyway, I'm a changed man.
So
Anyways,
you-
plus 5 to leadership.
You spent some time. I will.
Take into consideration.
I will take in consideration of 5 plus the leadership. I'm assuming that means you added stuff to your perception or to your persuasion and different.
No, true to life. Reading this leadership, these leadership books didn't do anything for my leadership.
Oh, nice.
little
Okay,
Leo.
thanks.
But
okay.
I'm more. I mean, just a little spoiler alert. I might be looking to take charge a little bit. Take control of my life.
Yeah, take control of your life.
Take control of my future. The
Leonard
art of
is
the deal.
essentially,
Business.
while he's doing these things, he's going to kind of watch the house and take care of things back home. Look out for
Vacuum.
Trevor, who he feels really not grateful for.
Great about.
Guilty about.
Feels great
Feels
about.
really
his
terribly
relationship
guilty
with
about.
Trevor.
You're going to be hanging out with some of the people who stay around the house in between scavenging sessions. While that's happening, we're going to send Gerald and Tex out with some of the other groups. Tex, I'm assuming that while this is happening, you're trying to create a better relationship with people you're scavenging with and kind of make up for what you did.
One-on-one, talking to the people, getting out there, canvassing.
Definitely not canvassing, although it seems like you got some competition. I need each of you to roll a perception check.
Okay. So that is a raw 15. Unadulterated.
That's perception?
That's
Yeah.
perception, yeah.
This will have your wisdom and your perception skill.
Raw. I'm at raw 15. But
Plus, what's your pluses? So you got a
I'm at
plus
20.
for the wisdom, and you don't have any perception skill. Yeah. So he's at a
okay, we'll count that as a roll.
Yeah, sorry, it was a little bit.
Yeah,
Little bit
okay.
of a place. Yeah, this is a 20.
Okay,
But-
cool. So these rolls are going to help you out. The first day after your shenanigans with the crazy zombies, you had a little bit of a run-in with some people. A few people went out
Did we get into a
scavenging.
fight at a bowling alley?
No, you got at a fight at your
Gerald
house,
gets
actually.
into lots of fights at bowling alleys.
Wow.
Bowling is
So
a trashy
three
thing, so.
three people tried to ambush you guys in and around your
People,
home.
not zombies.
Wait,
Three
three
people.
people.
What?
Three people. They tried to ambush you and steal supplies from you guys. They did not realize that there was 11 of you. Is there 11 of you? 2,
They did
3,
not
4,
realize that I
5,
could
6,
scramble
7, 8.
people's brains.
They didn't
at
realize
will.
that there was 11 of you, and they bit off more than they could chew. None of you were wounded because the 3 of you managed to notice quickly that they were coming.
Sweet.
Nothing was lost, no wounds.
Did
You
we
guys
kill
were
them all?
good. You killed one, the other 2 dragged his body away.
What? How could they
They eat their own dead.
I would have been able to kill all of them.
Wait,
Cool.
think you're
On
so
that
tough.
day, you found 2 food.
Cool.
That's it? The whole team.
The whole team. It was a bad day.
think of it as
Um,
a whole meal, though.
The second day did not go... Oh, okay, it did go very well for one of the groups. The first group out, Tony and Tommy, my bad. And I'm going to say Tex went with them. You guys went out and you managed
Just tease.
to run into a very large group of zombies. This is going to be
Yes!
an attack roll. Make one single attack roll.
Oh, wow. Is this martial skill?
Either one.
Okay, I'm going to do martial skill because I've got modifiers for that. So it's raw 12 plus 2 strength 14 plus 5 martial skill 19.
Okay, that's going to help you out quite a bit in impressing Tony and Tommy. Holy
Tony
cow.
and Timbo.
Yeah, something like that.
Tim Tebow.
Tony's going to get injured, but Tommy is going to manage to get him to safety. You're going to hold off the zombies. You're going to impress them. You're going to kind of get them back on your side. You're not going to really find anything because you just have to bail and take care of Tony. The other group, however, that goes out with recently recovered Trevor had a really good day. You guys find 16 food.
Heck yeah.
And Trevor's going to come back with some interesting news for you guys. He ran into some government agents who essentially told him to take your entire group of people and leave for a place called New Barcombe. It's in the city center. There's signs leading to it. You can't miss them. It's essentially a group of, holy cow English, a group of good people that have all gathered together, and the government is building relationships with them in order to good relationships of trust. Oh no. In order to turn New Barcombe into a safe zone. This is one of the first times you guys have heard that there is a government still in operation. And so this comes with all kinds of good news. There is a U.S. government. They are working to keep you guys safe. Go to New Barcombe so they can do that.
They will be doing taxes.
They will be taxing everybody. Because the only three things that we can expect in this world are death, taxes, and zombies.
That's sad that the idiom had to be amended after this zombie breakout.
Yeah, right?
That makes me sad. What kind of world do we live in?
The zombie world.
Where idioms can just change.
Third day out, both groups found a total of 3 food. Trevor comes back a little bit put off in general. He seems
Trevor's
like he's
a little pissy.
Yeah, he's a little.
Is he on his period?
Okay.
Women.
Yeah, he's a dude.
So he still likes me, right? Because he was passed out when I blundered that speech.
So when he woke up, everybody told him what happened, and he's been acting kind of cold towards you. Like, first day was kind of bad, second day was like a little bit better, third day he's come back from scavenging, and it's like worse than day 1.
Now, keep in mind, this whole time, like, as soon as he woke up, like, I was trying from the very beginning.
We're just talking about the relationship with Tex. You're fine.
Trevor
really?
loves
He's
you.
fine with me?
Well, I mean, like, he tolerates you.
Every day he comes back and he's like, ever since Tex hit me in the face, Leonard, I don't know what to do.
And I
So
say,
you mix those two up.
That's what I'm saying.
It's Trevor's too.
Oh, God.
No. In general, he kind of keeps you at arm's length. He hasn't done anything to be like, okay, you're an idiot. Or crowbar's length. Because he realized that you're trying to save him, but at the same time, you did almost kill him.
What is Gerald's relationship with Trevor?
Platonic.
Platonic. Completely and totally platonic. However, you notice on this third day when he comes back that he is giving you a very wide berth. And you have no idea why.
Probably because you smell.
When do you guys...
Wait, wide berth, that's like the same as kissing, right?
Oh my gosh, no. So we are a grand total of 15 minutes into this episode, and we're just getting done.
Just kidding.
With
barely.
What's happened in between. So we're gonna move on. How do you guys want to start this day? This is day 4.
We were gonna go to the city center last time, and then we decided to take a stop by the pet shop. Check out the Pet Shop Boys. And
Yeah, that was Leonard's idea, right?
But when do you guys want to start? Do you want to start morning?
Let's start in the morning
afternoon,
because we're
night?
morning people.
Yep,
Right.
we've been morning people this whole time. Leonard gets us all up at 6 a.m.
And
he's doing Taibo. He's doing some.
Well, and because I want to have just a team meet.
Yep.
Where we talk about expectations for today.
Right. And Trevor's, this is a new thing that you've said.
Yeah.
Trevor hasn't been like the biggest supporter of it, but today he's like the first at this team meeting.
Sweet.
He's like ready to go. And you start to try and like open up the meeting, and he just like gives you a dirt look and like pushes you off to the side, and he starts talking, and he is taking control of this right now, and he's got something he wants to say. Let's actually roleplay this a little bit. So, Leonard, start off the meeting.
Oh, well, welcome everyone. Sure I'm glad that you all bless you.
You're good. Thanks.
Bless you.
Thanks,
sure.
Leonard. I'll take over from here.
Oh,
okay, and then we're gonna end the role play because I just wanted to watch you get cut off. So Trevor at that point is going to step in, and he's going to bring up all this information from the government, saying like, "Hey, New Barcombe is the place to be," and he's going to throw some shady, dark, seedy remarks that would be a lot better if I could come up with them on the spot, but I probably can't. Towards Tex and how Tex has been leading things in general. Nothing like outright blunt, but just like little comments like, I can't believe we didn't make it last time, no detours this time.
Ooh,
and then
that's pretty good, actually. Good job.
Yeah, thank you, I appreciate that.
I mean, I'm mad, but...
Good. And then he's going to look out at the group and he's going to say, I am leaving today. Who's coming with me and who's staying?
Ooh, he did frame it that way.
Okay, let's talk real fast. The advantage of sticking with these losers is that A, they find us food, and B, it feels like we're a little bit harder to kill as like a mass of 11 people.
You want to go it alone?
I'm saying like
also,
these guys are losers.
No, also we get more as a game. We get more points if we have like a larger group of.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point. Okay, so we need to stick with these animals
For the points.
for the points.
Okay, so at this moment, so if he's like, I'm going, and whoever comes with me, I'm going to be like, yeah, let's go and stick together. You know what I mean? Stick together.
Stick together.
So
Okay.
I'm going to act like I don't feel like
You're trying
I'm
to suck
getting
up to
stuff taken away from me because I do want us to stick together. But just be like, yeah, let's go together because we're all together.
Gerald,
It's about family.
Gerald says possibly the only lucid thing he's ever said. He says, "How do we know we can trust the government?"
Whoa.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. What does everybody think?
Well, Tex isn't going to trust the government. His name is Tex. He wants his own government.
Good. Good. So I got a little bit more libertarianism.
So Tex is going to be like, well, the way I see it is... Oh, you told me to stop?
No, I'm just to maybe back up just a little bit.
Oh, okay.
You wrecked those decibels. Keep going.
Sorry. So this is how Tex sees it. He says, well, I tell you what, guys. Maybe we can't quite trust the government, but right now we can go there and ensure safety. And if things go bad there, we can leave. But we should be able to get ourselves some food, some added protection, and some added company.
With the wink. For the audience who can't see that, there was a little bit of wink on company. Leonard,
What does
how
that
do you
mean?
feel?
Oh man. Well, according to what I just was recently reading, it's very important. If you really want to be a leader, you have to be willing also to follow. The best leaders are also the best followers. So I say, whatever you guys think.
Oh, no. Okay, cool. Well, I appreciate that, too. Okay, so in general...
what does Trevor say?
Trevor is just listening. It's you guys are talking, and there's other people in the group talking as well.
Oh, so we aren't talking to the whole group?
No, it's kind of like a town hall meeting.
Yeah, we're all there
sitting
for his
together,
little
and everybody's just like
team-building meeting.
talking
Okay.
over each other. Generally, like sometimes you have side conversations with people. Every once in a while, somebody talks loud enough that everybody stops and listens to them
Okay,
for a
so
second.
Gerald in this instance talks loud enough for everyone to stop. However, he falls back into character, not saying anything lucid or helpful. He wistfully says, "Where have all the good pigeons gone?"
He's a poet.
I really don't know what to do with your character. I really don't.
I think that's probably how everyone reacts. Just like,
yes.
maybe we should pretend like he didn't say anything.
Maybe he just didn't exist, and we should be okay with that.
Maybe we should laugh. Was he making a joke? Maybe, I don't know.
So on that note, on the note of all the pigeons disappearing, which you so thankfully made, it's truly earth-shattering. I really don't know what to do with that, so I'm not going to do anything with it at all. Trevor's going to say, "Are we all in agreement?" And he's going to hold it up for a vote. Sorry, I just had to move to a better seat so I could be heard better. You guys are all voting yay. Go to New Barcombe.
Yay.
Yay!
Yay!
You bet your bottom.
Is there anybody?
That's actually
that-
not the phrase.
It's not the.
Pretty sure it is. Pretty sure.
Bet your bottom.
Yeah,
Bet Texans.
there
That's how
isn't-
they say it down there.
There isn't anybody who's going to really argue with this. Everybody's going to vote in the affirmative.
Okay.
Tony and Tommy seem the most hesitant, and you realize that it's not because they're actually worried about the government or going where the government is. They just really don't care. So you guys are going to make that decision. Trevor is going to suggest we all take the truck or the van.
Okay.
Say just drive straight up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get some car snacks as well, though. Make sure we're...
Let's stop by the pet shop and get some car snacks.
This is going to bring on some dirty looks.
What if we called the zombies, instead of crazy zombies, what if we start calling them car snack?
Car snack stuff? I want to call them the Pet
Or the
Shop
Pet
Boys.
Shop
That's
Boys.
what we
The
called them
Pet
last
Shop
time.
Boys.
Duh. Okay, they're the
Oh,
No,
okay.
we called
Consider it done.
we called what's his face and
Roberto,
Tommy.
Tawny,
It
Timbo.
was Bradley and
Oh yeah,
Ernesto.
Bradley and Ernesto were the Pet
They
Shop
were the Pet
Boys.
Shop Boys because they went to deal with what was in the Pet
That's
Shop.
canon. Okay,
That's
so we all
canon,
pile
yeah.
into our van. What music is playing?
There is no music playing because
I'm going
Because-
to retcon what he just said. We have R. Kelly's Ignition remix playing
oh my.
as Trevor turns the car on.
Oh man,
That song goes
Does
on.
this have a cassette?
It's a cassette. It's a cassette. It's not a CD.
I'm gonna.
Roll with it.
You
So
want it?
remixed
Do you
to
want it to be
Ignition,
that? You want it to be that
fresh
old
out
that
the
it has a
kitchen.
cassette tape? Yeah, that's happening.
No,
It's
there's
canon.
tons of cars that are like
Oh
2004.
no, it's happening. It's gonna be that old of a van.
Sweet. Okay, I'm down with that.
Yeah,
Gerald
okay.
is at home in old vans.
Do any of you guys want to drive?
Literally.
I volunteer.
You volunteer?
let's get
We're
to
not
the-
going to give the 13-year-old.
How about we have Gerald do it because no one wants to talk to him anyways, and also he has good dexterity.
Okay. Yes, I have
roll
really good dexterity.
D20.
I don't know about Trevor's dexterity. That's the thing.
Isn't it interesting?
9
Oh,
or 4 plus
yay.
5.
Awesome. This is great.
See, in the real world, if I get into
Wait,
a car,
wait. I'm always.
It's not as though I have a 1 in 20 chance
That's the thing.
of the car exploding. But
I'm so confused that getting a 9 is like. How does that mean? How does getting a 9 mean like the car flips?
Well, we don't know what
it's
happens
not.
yet.
You just don't know what's going to happen.
Okay,
to you
I'm
yet.
down with that.
Okay, so fastest way into Barcombe, and actually one of the easiest ways inside the wall from where you guys are, is to drive north up the highway into the entrance that was over the highway.
Okay. I know the listeners can't hear this, but for anyone that wants to see what Gerald drives like, he makes the noises with his mouth even as the car is going. He goes.
does he always
So grateful
does he
this is
always
happening.
feel the need to always wiggle the wheel back and forth because otherwise you're not
Yeah,
moving?
constantly.
Yeah.
So we're doing. It isn't a lot of fishtailing, but we're like going like a little bit of left and right.
Okay, so with that in mind, on a 9, I really can't make the car break down. That's not good enough. And I really can't just like drive you into a horde of zombies because of other things that I rolled. So life sucks, and then you guys make it to
Oh yeah, we're in New
pretty much where you
Barcombe.
guys want to make it to.
Is-
However,
maybe somebody gets car sick
Oh
or
no,
something.
there's still a little bit of a road to travel. So you guys are heading up north up the highway. That's the fastest route.
Okay.
You could get out of the car at some point and try and scale the wall in order to not be driving somewhere in a car and attracting attention. But if you guys just want to like
We
get
want
it there.
attention. Are we kidding? You kidding me?
Yeah, we're here to.
We want attention. There's 11 of us. We can kill anything.
Cool. So
Okay,
you guys
wait,
just busted out. You managed to get to the like essentially making it a little bit fantasy for a second. The southern gate of Barcombe. Like
Are they gonna pour boiling oil on it?
no, there's nobody up on the wall.
fantasy,
It's
so
pretty.
it's
It's pretty quiet and dead as you guys are pulling up. As you pull up, you notice that there are two massive. Like the wall has been built up onto the highway to the point that there's only a small space where you could get like one car through at a time. Very limited.
Okay.
It's got two metal gates. Very big metal gates. They are ajar. However, there is a car.
I thought you said there were gates.
Ho ho ho.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna blow your car up. I'm gonna make you walk the rest of the way.
Just ignore him. We do.
There is a car wedged into the Pearl definitely ignores you in between these two gates.
So we can't get through until we move the car.
Essentially.
Okay,
What
so-
kind of car? Like, were you talking like a Geo Metro here, or
It's I mean it's not a smart car, it's your average sedan.
Average sedan.
Yeah.
white?
Sedan.
It's gonna be like a light gray.
Light gray. Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna. If it was
So-
white, we would do one thing.
I think we should. Yeah.
That was pivotal, yeah.
Racist. I think we should wait on deciding what we're gonna do until we get closer and get a better idea of whether or not like this car was attacked.
Yeah.
Whether or not these
Can
people
we drive
just really
closer
need to go
and
to the
I'll do a
restroom?
perception
You guys pull up and Trevor gets out of the car because he sees the barricade
Wait,
and
Trevor?
he wants to take a look.
roll? Okay, I'm fine with Trevor.
Everybody else at like Tony and Tommy, sensing a little bit of trouble, they get out with their weapons
And
they're
they start
like,
eating cannolis.
no, they're on.
Hey.
No. And they don't both have Thompson machine guns either.
What's the matter?
No. What's the matter with you? No, they're just like they're standing watch. And Ernesto walks up with the three of you as you go to check out the car. It's really strange that we let the 13-year-old act like a man in general.
Hey, you know what?
But apparently we're gonna let everybody do this, especially the most intelligent one, who's probably going to be the one who investigates the car.
I do have pretty good investigation and perception. So, I'm going to... Can I do a perception check with you?
It's an investigation check.
Okay.
Wait, so he's
Investigating the car.
he's pulling things out of the car. He's like opening doors and stuff.
Okay. Before you make that roll, yeah, especially because it was a bad roll, we'll cut it. What are you trying to accomplish? Like, what are you trying to find out?
Okay, well, my immediate, greatest fear is it's a bushwhack. So, that's what I don't want.
Wait, I don't know what that means, actually.
It's an ambush.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a bushwhack!
Okay.
So that's
That's a good old Vietnamese or Vietnam impression.
yeah, thank you.
My bad. Nam, as we
No,
call
that
it.
is
Yeah.
more correct.
Yeah.
So that's what I am initially concerned with. After that, then I would be concerned that we would need to make sure we could get this thing out of the way.
Okay.
So, where do
Start.
I think?
Generally do a perception check, sure.
Okay, we'll do a perception. Perception is intelligence, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think it's wisdom.
Oh, is it wisdom? It is
Okay.
totally wisdom.
9, 10, 11. We have 15.
Okay, you don't really notice anybody hanging around. You don't notice any bushwhacking going on, which might have a different connotation entirely now that I've said it in that. Anyways, do you want to roll an investigation check?
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna pretend that comment just didn't happen.
It didn't happen. I'll bleep it out.
17, 21, 26.
Nice.
26. Okay, so you got to look at the car. As you walk up to it, you can see that the front windshield and I guess the back windshield is gone, and so is the front windshield. There are bullet holes all over the engine block of this car. So somebody was driving it forward, and it just got painted with bullets.
Dang.
Somebody was trying to stop somebody. It looks like somebody was trying to stop somebody getting into the city.
Ooh.
The car is cold.
And the government agents didn't give us any other information than just go to New Barcombe. They didn't say there's going to be a gate there. Someone lit up the car.
So Barcombe is the city.
Yeah.
And what they've told you is that New Barcombe is a group that's living in skyscraper. I think in one of the other episodes we decided it was like a really fancy hotel at one point.
Okay.
In the city center. So New Barcombe is a very small settlement within.
So we're trying to get into a gate into just more of Barcombe.
Yeah.
Or into Barcombe itself, at which point, got it.
Because you remember how the government walled
Yeah.
off Barcombe and
Yeah.
stuff. Okay.
So let's just go ahead and let's yank this car out of its spot, and then let's just drive on through. Fast.
Well, okay, let's not go fast because we don't want to get gunned down. So if they're like, oh, please stop for authorization, let's make sure you don't have zombie bites, let's do that.
Oh,
that way
okay.
we don't get our car sprayed with
But
bullets.
we don't know who sprayed
Our
up
car
with
left
bullets.
cold. Our car looking like a bushwhack.
Like a bushwhack. So you
Did I
guys.
use that correctly? Was
You
that?
did.
Yeah,
You did.
that's
Well,
yeah. So Leonard, in checking out the car, does peek through the gate on this investigation check and look out on the other side. And the other side of the wall seems just as quiet and deserted and dead as the other side of the wall.
Ooh.
So it doesn't seem like there's anybody there now.
Ooh.
I tell in a completely lucid voice, I say, Trevor, try calling out to see if anyone's
Why did
around.
they tell me to call out?
You're not the leader.
He's not the leader.
Trevor's the
Let's-
leader now. Game, respect, game,
Oh,
man.
Trevor's
Not
the leader now.
We're just We're just a commune now.
Trevor's going to
Gerald
shake
is
his
the
head.
decider.
He's going to look at you and say, looking at this, I don't want to make any more noise than necessary.
He doesn't want to pull a text and just say, "Hey, y'all."
It worked really well last time.
Well, last time I didn't say it. That was the one time I didn't just say, "Hey, is anybody down there?" That was the one time when we actually ran into zombies.
Oh, when you went into the pet shop, yeah.
Pet
You
shop boys.
didn't just yell, you bailed, if I remember.
Yeah, every other time I've just yelled.
Cool.
Okay. So, Trevor's not down. He's
So where are we going to find another entrance?
Well, no, we could get this car the way, and then we could.
We're going to make
start driving
tons
up.
of noise moving a car out compared to yelling.
Well, I honestly, let's just move the car.
Yeah.
I'm not worried
How
too
do you
much about.
propose moving the car though? You think
Well,
you
we
just
got a
back it?
van, so maybe we could.
Yeah, but do we have like a strap that we can?
Let's see if we have a strap.
You.
Do we roll or do?
Well, I decided what this van was used for when we first picked it up. I don't think you'd have anything that you could count on to reliably pull a car out.
Mm-hmm.
You rolled a 26 investigation check, so there's keys in the ignition.
Nice.
Crank it, baby.
Good investigator.
Can I start it?
Leonard's the one.
I did get
he
the
gets
26.
the honors.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Sure,
yeah,
whatever.
you twist it and it doesn't start.
Darn it.
But we have
I'm
the
really mad about
keys.
it. Wait, does the battery work?
You like the dashboard lightly or like faintly lights up as you try and turn the key, very faintly.
This doesn't mean anything to me because I'm a 13-year-old boy, but for the people who are looking over my shoulder,
For people are like, what's that boy doing? What does it look
Wait,
like?
did we already
That's what I
investigate
do.
it for like anything that's in the trunk?
You have not tried to open up the trunk or anything like that.
Okay, take the keys out and check out the trunk.
Guardedly,
See how-
because
see what
if I had
junk
a
is in the
zombie and
trunk.
I was like, I love this zombie person, maybe we could fix them. I'd put them in the trunk and then drive them to the place where the government was.
That's a good point. That's fine. We
so,
can all.
so
Gerald
let's listen
stands-
at it for a second.
Gerald stands ready to brain scramble next to the trunk.
Okay, that's good enough for me.
You gonna pop the trunk open?
maybe I can just be ready with my crowbar.
You're just gonna hit me.
Yeah,
You're
let's-
probably just gonna hit him.
Just
So
let it
you,
take a
you
couple
pop open the
setbacks.
trunk.
Okay, pop open the trunk.
You pop open the trunk, and it is empty. There are a couple empty boxes in there, but it looks like, like everything's kind of shuffled around, like it was like gone through.
Okay.
And you also notice in all this that there's blood on the seats, but there are no bodies anywhere.
Cool.
Okay, maybe they just like evaporated like Obi-Wan style or something.
Or
Yeah,
maybe
that's
somebody just had
probably-
a nosebleed or something.
Maybe maybe it's just beet juice.
No,
We thought it was blood, but it was
so,
beets.
I mean, like options for the car, you could try and pull it out with like the straps that you have.
We could try ramming it through.
You could try ramming it through. You could put it into neutral,
That seems pretty good.
and then push it.
Yeah, why don't we just push the thing?
Okay, remember, I'm a 13-year-old boy.
I
Alright,
tried-
you don't have to
I
push it.
also
whatever.
don't know what neutral
Well,
means.
we're gonna
Alright, well,
someone else
I'm
can
saying,
do that.
All right, boy, I'm gonna stick it in neutral. We're gonna push it out. Get out now.
We're gonna be like, hey kid, Jimmy the crank, and make sure that you watch your blind spot and parallel park it.
We're not doing that. Yeah. We'll,
So
You can
wait,
feel the
is,
anxiety. Just
let's put it in neutral and push it out. Yeah.
is Leonard at the wheel?
No,
No,
Leonard is not
no,
the wheel. We pull
no.
Leonard out gently.
No,
Okay.
I literally
Such a
grabbed
small,
Leonard and
fragile
set
child.
him
Oh,
down.
I was already
We're gonna
out
say
because we-
Pearl volunteers to actually.
Yeah, Pearl's good with
All right,
machines.
let's do
Tony,
Pearl.
Tony and Tommy get in behind it to push it.
She's gonna put it into
Pearl has the
neutral.
window
This is-
down, and Gerald walks up, and they have a little moment.
Roll a charisma check.
Okay.
You got
That's not a
minus-
probably
D20.
not a
That's a
D20.
D12.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
man.
I mean, I don't want to help you with this, but you might as well roll a D20. That's
I
not
got
gonna do
9 minus 7, so I say, or so
Minus 7?
minus 2, so I get a 7 total. Gerald ambles up and says, "You're you're a hot rod."
She's gonna roll the window out.
Okay.
Yeah, that definitely matches the roll. Actually.
Yeah, I heard a guy for trying.
Well,
Like,
you
okay,
can.
maybe that's trying to be a good thing.
If
but
you'd
it's-
rolled less, you
Wait,
probably would have gotten your fingers.
Shouldn't I get some sort of bonus for the fact that I saved Pearl's life last time?
You didn't roll high enough.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
I saved Pearl's life last time.
I mean,
Just
she's
wanna say
grateful,
that.
but
Nobody remembers.
anyways, so you guys all get behind this car that's jammed between the two metal gates,
Yeah.
and she puts it into neutral, and you start pushing
Wait,
on
does
it.
Pearl get out before we?
No, she's just hanging out.
What
That's
if it
fine.
gets
She's
lit up?
It's
She's just
fine.
trying
That's
to,
my
like, steer it.
wife.
She's not.
Okay,
She doesn't
technically-
care about
that's
it.
She
technically untrue.
literally gives no care.
She
for
doesn't
you.
even know that your friends call you double bogey.
She doesn't even know that. She doesn't. She's really confused whenever it comes up in conversation.
Actually, Gerald hasn't revealed to anyone in the group that he calls himself Double Bogey.
They just still know him as Gerald, huh?
He's just Gerald, sewer keeper. So this car starts getting pushed, and it starts just grinding
Cool.
on the metal doors. And Trevor stops everybody and grabs Ernesto and says, "Hey, can you hold that gate open for a second?" And Ernesto walks over and he grabs the gate and he pulls it back. I'm helping you out as a DM because I don't want to bring down 100 million zombies on your heads. Holds back the gate a little bit so that there's a lot less scraping noise, and you guys manage to push Pearl and this incredibly beat up sedan the rest of the way through the gate. And that gives you the opportunity to open up both gates. Trevor and Ernesto hold them open so that Gerald can drive the van the rest of the way through.
You know what? So far, I think Trevor is the best leader we've ever had.
He says that. That's
You don't know that we're going right now. New Barcombe is going to be a big zombie den. You don't even know. That's what it is. I know it.
Why would the government agents have told us to go to a giant zombie den? Just to
maybe
clean
that
it
was
up?
2 days ago, and now it's different.
He just got a critical fail. I watched him roll. Just FYI.
Do you guys load back up into the car? You don't even know what that critical fail is for.
Yeah, right. It could have been.
I mean, yeah, well, might as well. Like,
Yeah,
got
we
the
all
car
load
out
back
of
into
way.
the car. Gerald gets back behind the wheel. He honks on the horn, which happens to be La Cucaracha.
Don't do that. It's such a... Dinner's ready.
Oh my gosh. So, you drive through. How do you want to proceed? Your van is now through the gate. You're staring at.
What does the gas gauge say on the van?
You've got about a half tank.
Sweet.
You've got the highway going up in front of you, and down the road a little bit are a couple exit signs that say that they lead to Barcombe City Center.
What kind of restaurants are at each exit?
You've got the classics. You've got the Mickey D's. You've got the Burger Queen. You've got the
Copyright.
the copyright.
What about Arby's? I'm always thinking Arby's.
Oh, you mean
They're our sponsor for this.
Larbies?
Larbies.
Meat Palace.
There's a Larbies hanging around.
I've actually, I think, never met anyone who has ever actually thought Arby's. This is anti-advertising for Arby's. You can cut it out
Nice.
later if you want.
I will probably cut it out. So anyways, you guys, how do you want to do it?
We
Just drive for it?
Let's just drive slowly.
Do we have
Yeah.
directions on how to get to the place?
Well, there's a road.
They told you city center, and they said that there would be signs up.
So
Yeah.
if we just keep going down the highway, we'll see signs.
Yeah.
Okay, Gerald sees lots of signs and everything. He's a
All
prophet.
right, yeah. And
He's a
let's
prophet.
Let's not go fast. Let's
No.
keep our eyes peeled because I am super suspicious of this. I'm worried about the zombies.
The
Okay.
zombies.
As you start driving
Why didn't
away,
you vocalize
you
this?
notice that
I think about it earlier.
at the gate, you notice that there are a few walking zombies that kind of begin to congregate.
Shamblers.
Just shamblers, just like stragglers from something. They just kind of like, I mean, it's probably the Cucaracha that drew them in, but they all just kind of show up and they see the van, and like you got like 3 or 4 of these things that's just like kind of generally walking down the street towards the van, and after a while you lose sight of them.
Okay.
You get on to the exit for the city center, the first one you see, and man, like a 9, I can't break down the car, even though it is a really old van. So you manage essentially to get to the city center, and as you're driving through the different roads and reveling in the freedom of being able to drive whichever way you want on a one-way street, you start seeing signs. They say like New Barcombe.
Wait, they've managed to advertise themselves
Hope we
this
can
quickly?
believe in.
Hope we can believe in. Yeah, they've got like big
Change.
It looks like they've got big bed sheets that they've just all like stitched together into these massive signs, and they've written on them with like red paint, not blood.
Human blood.
It's about to become
humans
purple.
anymore.
Okay, it's purple. It's purple paint.
Purple paint.
Thanks,
okay.
guys. Good
Zombie
job.
blood.
The zombies do not bleed purple. These big like purple signs on these white sheets saying like this many miles to New Barcombe.
How many miles?
It's like less than a half a mile, this particular sign that I'm
So
describing.
wouldn't it be this many half miles?
No.
1.5 miles.
And as you're driving down one of the streets, you see a little bit of movement off to your left. Everybody roll a perception check.
Oh, perception. 13 plus 5 plus 4. Okay. 20.
I'm at 19.
Okay.
What was yours?
14 plus... Was it 14 plus 5?
And I got an 18.
All of these are good enough. We don't have to worry about the math.
Heck
any further
yeah.
than that. Man steps out, and Gerald manages to stop. Well, I mean, like, man stepping out, he's got a rifle. He's got a backpack on. No, he doesn't have a backpack on.
It's a jetpack.
No, he doesn't have a jetpack on. He's got, like, his rifle, and then he's got a pack over his shoulder. but it's just like a really small pack.
A snack pack.
Essentially, yeah,
DM.
no, but yes, I don't know. Anyways, it's like he's got a really small bag. that
Is it
he's
like a
carrying with
purse?
him. It's not like a purse. Oh my god.
Sounds like
wallet.
a purse.
Okay, you know what? It's a fanny pack. He's got a freaking fanny pack on. Thanks, everybody.
Hashtag
Really appreciate it.
Fashion.
Oh my gosh. And he comes walking out and he puts a hand up in front of the van. What do you do?
Wait. I am okay. He's wearing a fanny pack. Is he wearing sort of like tight pants?
No.
And he just puts his hand out.
No.
And then cocks a hip.
No.
He just, oh man.
One more
Okay.
time. No.
Is
What do
he
you
on
do
the
with
driver's
that?
side?
He's standing out. He walked out from the driver's side, yes. And he's like out in the middle of the road with a hand up for you to
Okay,
stop.
so Gerald slows down and comes to a stop in front of him. Gerald rolls down his window and yells
Oh no. I'm so scared.
he yells the tune to La Cucaracha!
So, as you start doing this, Trevor's going to reach over, because he's in the passenger seat, because he's the only one who's willing to handle you. He's going to reach over, grab your shoulder, haul you back into the car, open up his door, and then he's going to look at you and say, "Don't say another word." And then he's going to get out. He's going to shut the door and
gonna
start
get
walking
out
after
too.
this guy. Tex gets out too?
Yeah, I'm gonna come out too.
That's
This
good.
is so funny.
Trevor's like, I'm the leader of this game, and Tex is like, co-leader. Co-leader.
All right, so
We're
because,
commune.
because Tex walked out, you guys actually get to hear this conversation. As you're walking up, Trevor is talking to this man, and the conversation goes something along the lines of like, the guy who stopped you says, "Who are you guys?" And Trevor says, "Who are you guys?" And they kind of go back and forth for a second or two.
In mistrust.
In mistrust. All kinds of distrust going on. Do you want to jump into the conversation or just like let it sit?
What's happening currently? Like, what is the line that's being said? As I
Oh
come
my
up?
gosh.
Still. Well, who are you guys?
They're just saying it over and over
They're gonna
with
go-
different emphasis.
They're gonna go back like once or twice, and then the other one's gonna. The guy who stopped you is gonna say, My name is. Let's figure this out. What is his name? Slim Shady. No. You guys are coming from the south, so this is going to be. He's gonna tell you his name is Chad.
Chad?
I'm gonna
He's gonna
say,
This
say-
is. Oh, are you jumping into this?
yeah, I'm
one?
gonna say, put her there, Chad. Name's Tex.
Trevor's just gonna like
It's a
look
handshake.
back at you, and he's gonna like give you a little bit of a dirty look. Chad's gonna smile and like reach out and shake your hand. He's like, "Oh, good. At least one of you's friendly."
Let's replace Trevor with Chad.
What?
Yeah. Wait, I can do that.
No, that is a
No.
science far beyond your
That
understanding.
is definitely
What, with like a
beyond you.
brain transplant? Is that what you guys want to do?
I mean, just a different kind of brain surgery.
Oh, okay.
I've already gotten halfway
I'm
through.
getting pretty sick of Trevor.
Look,
That's
look,
fine.
let's.
If the government turns on us, it's Trevor that got us into this. I'm willing to kill him immediately.
Okay, so anyways, Chad shakes your hand and he says, "What brings you guys? What brings you guys into? What is he gonna say? Oh, this is what he's gonna say. You guys following our signs?
You betcha. We're looking for safety
Whoa,
and
whoa, whoa,
security, and we're willing to lend a helping hand.
So Chad is...
Alliteration.
Chad
Chad
is-
respects... Chad thinks that Tex is the leader. Chad doesn't like Trevor.
Chad's gonna like chuckle to himself a little bit. I need you to roll an insight check really quick.
Insight check. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how that goes. So I got a 15. I don't think I have any.
Yeah, so you realize that he's not laughing with you; he's laughing at you, just in general.
Oh my gosh.
I'm used to it by now.
Well, you're used to it, but we're talking about Tex over here. Tex, the football player who
That's true.
has had the town by the throat since he was a kid, or so he
Are you a
thinks.
serial killer?
No, it's that's not the way to interpret that phrase.
That's definitely not the way to interpret that phrase. So Chad's gonna chuckle to himself, and he's gonna say, "Well, we got all that. If you guys just keep going down this road another few blocks, you'll see a hotel." And a bunch of guys standing out in front of it with rifles and sandbags. If you talk to them and tell them what you told me, they'll get you guys set up.
Can do, Mr. Chad.
Mr. Chad.
Trevor like looks back and forth and just says, "All right, sounds good," and starts walking back to the van. As Chad
Crap.
turns and starts walking
We're
back
dead.
towards
we're so
the
dead.
building that he walked out from. And you get a good look at this building, and now that you know that people are in it, you can tell that it's been boarded up, and you've got like, it looks like a small outpost. Like there's some people set up in this place to do business.
Oh, to do business? This is a place
Business.
of commerce?
Business meaning like kill zombies and
Oh,
stop
okay.
people on the side of the road.
Ah, yeah, that's my business too. I'm here to kill zombies and stop people on the side of
It's
the
a
road.
crazy idea.
Getting back
We're
in the
pretty
van?
good entrepreneurial. Plan.
Yeah, let's get back in the van.
Okay, Gerald, you driving off, or is there anything you want to do before we head out of this little moment?
Gerald has another lucid comment in him. He says, "How can we be sure we can trust the government?"
I don't know if it's a new lucid comment or just him like repeating.
That's it.
The same
He
thing.
like doesn't even know what he's asking. He just heard someone say that 20 years ago and he's repeating it.
Yeah, exactly.
His dad used to say that
Trevor's
before he
Trevor's gonna
left.
look over at you and he's gonna say, "We don't, but it's better than being holed up in our own little house waiting on somebody bigger than us to take our stuff."
Yeah, but what if they are the bigger guy gonna take our stuff?
Gerald says, "As the illustrious Qui-Gon Jinn taught us, there's always a bigger fish."
Oh, okay,
For a
just
second I
because.
thought, no, he didn't. And
Just
then I realized,
because
yes,
that comment
he did.
purely screams what I pictured Gerald to be, I'll give you an inspiration point.
Gerald's favorite movie
Don't,
is Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
which
Wait,
makes just so much
Episode
sense.
1 or episode 2?
Episode 1.
Episode 1.
But
So you
shouldn't
guys,
he probably have episode 2 as his favorite?
I like-
Because it's worse.
I like the character discussion. Let's move forward with the scene. So you guys keep driving down the road, and Trevor sits on that comment you made for a second. There's always a bigger fish. Usually that would be seen as like a dumb thing you'd say at parties, but like for some reason this takes Trevor for a second, and he
He
says,
also loves episode 1.
let's stop a block away,
Yeah.
and a couple of us will get out.
And do a perception.
We'll go talk to them, and if we don't like it, we'll leave.
Here. Gerald says, "I will be the one to talk to them."
Okay, what?
So that comment is just going to get generally ignored.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ignoring it for sure.
At least by
Text
Trevor.
ignores.
And
Text
then,
ignores.
and then right after that comment, Gerald goes,
Yes.
Wait,
thank
oh,
you.
it's because you love...
Star Wars Episode 1. Okay, so you guys are driving down the street when you
His
notice.
character.
The
George Lucas ever made.
Okay, keep pace. Let's keep doing this. He stops. You notice the sandbags, and there's approximately, you can see 3 people standing out in front. You stop about a block up, and Trevor looks back, and he gets out of the car. Tony and Tommy.
Text.
Tony and Tommy also get out, but then they lean up on either side of it. And Ernesto, as Gerald gets out, crawls his way up and gets in the driver's seat and puts his hand on the wheel
"Of the van?"
of the van.
He's.
Because I'm assuming you're getting out of the van.
Well, I thought only a few of us were going up to check
You
it
just
out.
said a second ago you were going to.
Well, everyone
Are you
ignored
not?
it, so I assumed.
No, they just ignored your comment about you being the
If
one
you
who
want to
made it.
come, you can come.
Oh,
If you
okay.
don't want to come, you don't have to come.
I'm gonna come because I want to see what Ernesto.
Leonard, are you going?
You stay in the car in case Ernesto.
I wanted to
jacks it.
come because I want him to be there. I trust this boy.
But what if Ernesto jacks our van?
I am pretty int.
Ernesto's chill.
Pretty int. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man. I want him to do some math there, just in case someone's like, "Hey, you guys know math?" Then we got Leonard.
Cool. So the 3 of you are going. Trevor's going. Are you staying?
Ernesto, I stay.
You stay? Okay.
Yep.
So Gerald's gonna stay with the van in general, which means Ernesto does not get up into the driver's seat because you're sitting there. So Ernesto's gonna crawl up into the passenger seat and he's gonna give you a look, like a pleasant look, like, "Oh hey, what's up?"
Oh, not like a bedroomized look.
No, definitely not a bedroomized look.
'Cause that's what
Ernesto
it's
is
safe for.
evil and is going to try and take the van.
The others, Jay. Let me look at this real quick. Jay Collier,
yeah, Jay Collier's like Iron Man or whatever.
Virginia.
Remember?
Yeah, he's the nerdy little
And
kid.
Pearl.
Pearl.
Virginia, and Jay all decide to stay behind, but Bradley gets out of the van too. He walks out the back. He doesn't bring with him his car door shield, but he does have his long metal rod that he's grinded the top of into a spear.
Oh, can I do a perception or an insight check to learn more about what Ernesto's look was?
Yeah, go
Insight
ahead.
or perception?
It's insight.
Insight.
Insight too.
Is that charisma? Or that's wisdom?
That's wisdom.
I'm so freaking wise. That's a 9 or a 6?
It's a 9. There's a line.
9
They put a line on
5.
it. So.
14.
14?
Yeah.
The look literally just meant like... I don't even know what exactly that look would mean in words. It's just kind of like an acknowledgement kind of thing, like, oh, hey, Gerald.
That's literally the nicest thing anyone's ever done for Gerald.
Acknowledged his presence.
Just a neutral acknowledgement, like, hey, we both exist.
Okay, so with that, we got Leonard, we got Tex, we got Trevor, and we got Bradley walking up to this barrier. And as you guys start walking up, the three men that are standing there walk out towards you, and one of them holds up a hand and waves at you guys and says, "Hey, how's everybody doing?"
Oh,
Doing just fine. How about yourselves?
What is wrong with you over there?
He's
I
very
am
frightened.
so
He's worried.
paranoid.
He's worried. It's okay to be worried.
Oh, okay.
We'll see what
Okay.
happens.
Government.
So wait, what'd you say back to him?
I said, we're fine. How about yourselves?
And he's just, you can just like 5 seconds with this guy, and you can tell he's just like, he's massive. He's absolutely huge,
Yeah?
but he's got like one of the funniest, like most quirky, bubbly personalities you've ever seen in a guy this size.
I've never heard a man referred to as bubbly. I think.
I mean,
Maybe that's a hint.
so anyways, he walks up and he starts shaking everybody's hands, and he introduces himself as Eric. And behind him, he has two other guys. There's Jordan and Dave, and they look like they're defending something really important to them. And you guys start talking to them, and they tell you that the building that they're standing out in front of, this big hotel that they've boarded up the front entrance to, well, not boarded up, but they've like got this defense set up on, is New Barcombe. And they invite you guys in to take a look. It's okay, you're not there. You can't make any decisions.
Just to look at the facilities, see if it's okay. Make sure that it's a safe place.
Okay.
Kinda like in
can I do a
Jurassic Park.
perception check? I mean, this is obviously putting me on
What
edge.
are you trying to
Just
find out?
Again, bushwhack and
For the bushwhack.
So you're just gonna generally like see if there's anything.
Yeah, are you
wrong.
looking at the
Weird.
building, or are
Yeah,
you
go
going
ahead.
inside on what they're saying? You're
not
looking at the
inside
building.
on what they're saying, but I'm
Just
like,
generally
looking
look
at the
around.
building and kind of look at the circumstances. So we got a 6 natural, and then +4 on perception, and that's intelligence.
It's
Perception?
wisdom.
It's wisdom.
Sorry. So +6. So I got a 12.
Okay. Wait, how do you have a +6 because of wisdom?
Well,
Perception 4 and
Wisdom too.
2.
Got you. Okay. So generally, like you don't. These guys aren't set up to ambush anybody.
Okay.
You look around at the windows and things like that. What you notice that across the street, on a building that's half the height of the current one, you notice that there is somebody standing up at the top on that ledge with a very long rifle, but they're just like pacing back and forth along it. They're not like aimed down at anybody. They're just watching from there. So it doesn't seem... I mean, if this is an ambush, it's not sitting out in front of the place.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, Eric invites you guys in, and he starts... he turns his back on you, and he starts walking back towards the front door.
okay. This would be our moment to attack, but let's not do that.
We're not
No, let's just follow him in. Let's just.
And are we all still sitting in the van?
No. You're sitting in the van.
But I mean.
Oh,
me,
you and
Ernesto,
everybody else?
Pearl,
Yeah, they're all...
Johnny Collier,
Jay.
Abraham Lincoln.
No, you guys are just chilling in the van. Tawny, dang it! Holy cow, Tony and
has never
Tommy.
been a name.
I don't know why I keep screwing this up.
Isn't
Tommy
that just
and
like a
Tony.
brownish color?
No, just shh, stop. They are sitting on either side of the van, again, like keeping watch. They've established that their job is to make sure nobody gets hurt.
All right. Did you want to actually do an insight check?
An insight check?
Yeah.
I don't have much.
But you
in
have
the way-
wisdom. I don't.
I have +2 to wisdom. That's
Good.
all.
That's better than me.
Okay.
Dang. Should have brought
Just see
Gerald.
if they're...
Yeah, that ain't gonna do it. You don't discover, like, this guy generally seems to mean what he says.
Tex looks over at Leonard like, "You sure? You think they're cool?" And he just gives him a look
just
like, "I don't know." Yeah.
You just smile. Oh my gosh. Okay, you're walking in behind
He's
him?
looking at me.
Trevor's gonna take off and start walking.
Okay, let's walk. Yeah.
Okay.
You're in the car. Deal
You're in
with
the
it.
car. You split up the party.
You made
just
your
have to
choice.
I made my choice because I was worried Ernesto was going to take the van.
You have to be a silent witness to what's
This is
happening
so
now.
hard.
Okay.
Which
he was
doesn't
just
really make
ignoring
sense.
You guys follow him into just like this beautifully fancy lobby of this hotel. Just like this is not a place that any of you would be able to.
This is
afford.
a Howard Johnson Inn.
It's
ladies and
just
gentlemen.
stupid expensive. You walk in with him, and Eric turns around and he starts introducing you to different guys who are also like. There's a few guys just generally on the floor of the lobby, set up with weapons, and it like pointed at the front door. So it looks like when you first walk in, that whole suspicion of an ambush. Like you kind of jump a little bit, but then you remember that Eric is literally standing in front of you, and if they start shooting, he eats it first. They're all set up on the doors. There seems to be like another 5 people there, a mix of men and women, mix of weapons. Some of them have like what looks like weapons they pulled out of their grandfather's cupboard, and some of them have something that they obviously took from the National Guard / the Army when things started going bad. Like there's some heavy duty weapons in this front lobby. Eric walks you over to a desk at the back, and there is
Reception desk.
it's
Take our information.
it's kind of a reception desk, but the woman that's sitting behind it.
Oh, it's a woman. It's a woman behind
Oh,
the
no,
reception
we're
desk.
we're breaking stereotypes with this next comment. This woman is sitting behind it in a desk chair with both hands on like a massive machine gun that has been bolted down to this desk and pointed at the door.
That's a good reception desk.
And she's got beside her, she's got a little radio that's just sitting there.
Okay.
And as you go walking
I forgive
up,
you because
Eric,
you didn't actually do anything wrong.
oh my gosh, Eric waves at her and says, "Hey Sharon, you want to radio up to who would you talk to?
Why couldn't her name have been Michael or something?
Sexist.
Roger.
Sharon, do you want to
Wilson?
Okay, we're done. Do you want to phone up to Ricky? We got a couple other people that are interested in staying." And and he looks back at you guys and he says, that is what you guys are looking into doing, right?
Well, I need you two to ask him what their connection with the government is.
No, you can't say anything.
Oh, I'm saying it.
We're checking things out, seeing if it's for us. You know how it is.
Yeah, and Eric
Is this
Eric
a private
smiles.
school
And,
for your kids?
Eric smiles and laughs and he says, "Yeah, we get a lot of people come in with that same opinion. You know,
And then we lobotomize.
you don't know
them.
who to trust." And he kind of like makes small talk with you guys, asks you how the trip was, different things like that. Trevor, whenever a question comes up about where you guys have been staying, Trevor generally like changes the topic really quickly, but he doesn't.
Oh, I'm so hungry.
Yeah, something like that.
Did you guys see the weather today?
But you
Wow.
guys manage to like get through a little bit of a small conversation until you hear the elevator at the back of the room ding.
Wait,
It dings, and it opens up,
Oh,
and
no, ding.
a man comes walking out.
and
with,
it's the president of the...
no.
Elks Lodge.
He starts walking out, and he's got like a nice jacket on, and on his left shoulder you see a little patch, and you realize that this same patch is on everybody else that you've kind of bumped into so far with this new bar.
So this guy doesn't have any pants. You didn't describe anything.
I mean, I just described what was
have
important.
any
If it's really
legs.
important, he's wearing some like brown chinos. Like, is that
He's pretty wealthy if he's got some chinos.
so? Anyways, yeah. Why is that? Anyways, so he comes walking out to you guys, and he just kind of like looks over your group really quick, looks at the 13-year-old kid, realizes that's probably not the leader of the group, and just kind of bounces between you, Bradley, and Trevor. I'm gonna have you roll an initiative check.
I do have my leadership
initiative
book
check.
with me.
Yeah, sorry, you're a
Did he,
13-year-old kid.
did that throw
Did he
him off
not
at all?
see?
You're getting overlooked.
Does he have it equipped? That's the question.
No.
Is it equipped?
It is equipped, actually. It is in
Okay,
my
so
hands.
I got an 8. Is there any modifiers on that?
You win. The others rolled terribly. So you step up before the others can start talking, and you say something first.
Okay. I say, pleased to meet you. My name's Tex.
You say nice chinos.
No, I would never
And
say
he's gonna hold out a hand, shake your hand, and he's gonna say, "Name's Ricky." You guys. you guys come follow me. I'll give you a quick tour of the place. And then he reaches over, puts a hand around your shoulder, and like turns you over towards the elevator and starts walking in that direction.
Whoa!
Trevor-
Either he wants to kill you or he really likes you.
Trevor, Bradley, and I'm assuming Leonard are gonna follow.
Yeah, I still feel a little uncomfortable with this amount of familiarity after the zombie apocalypse.
Good.
man,
So you
humans,
guys are
together.
gonna follow him into the elevator, and Ricky is literally going to give you an elevator pitch. He's going to start laying out the history of New Barcombe for you guys. He's going to say that New Barcombe was a collection, like, he says that the hotel was a
Founded in
natural place.
1857.
No, the
With
hotel
only the
was a
freshest
natural
ingredients.
place for people to gather to. They found right off the bat, he says he's one of the first people that was in New Barcombe. And he explains to you that right off the bat...
first citizen.
No, not the first citizen, but one of.
First among
He says that
equals.
it started out as a very small group, but the leader of this group, a woman named Jamie, was really she really pushed to bring in more people, and they really pushed to bring civil order back to Barcombe. And so New Barcombe became what it is because they just kept pulling more and more people in to this massive space that they had. They cleared it out floor for floor, prepared, and he's going to list off some interesting things. He's going to say that they have generators, they have large groups of people going out and scavenging for
Tennis
fuel.
courts?
There is no tennis courts, however, there is a garden on the roof. They've started to grow food.
Weed.
Go
I
ahead.
finally am able to get a word in edgewise, and I say, Jamie, like Jamie who was in our group, Jamie who just died the other day.
And he's going to look at you and
Ooh,
he's
sympathy.
he's going to just like you can tell this person was like a politician in a past life. Just switches his tone
Was he a
entirely
Hindu?
and
He's
says,
Hindu, yeah.
I'm really sad to hear that happened to you. I think it is a different Jamie. I just talked to her a few minutes ago. He's gonna be talking to you like you're a dumb little 13-year-old kid, like condescending, whole 9 yards. I just talked to her a few minutes ago, and I think she's fine. It couldn't have been the same Jamie. Jamie is a rather common name, and then he's gonna switch back into a spiel.
Trevor has to make a sanity check because he and Jamie were secret lovers. And she just got brought
I
up.
am the DM, and
Okay.
we're just going
Yeah,
to.
but were
want to
they
remind
secret
you.
lovers?
No, they were
You can
not.
tell us. It's okay.
No.
I'm not going to judge him.
I actually know a little bit about Trevor's love life, and it does not involve Jamie.
Oh.
wow.
So,
It
anyways,
involves bubbly.
oh my gosh. So, anyways, you guys make it through this
Ricky
elevator
and Eric,
pitch.
The pool boys.
He just keeps. Okay, just let me get through this. What are we at? Oh, we're only at an hour. That's
they
good.
had a garden.
They had a
The
garden.
garden.
Okay.
They've got a pool,
proves
but you have to have a
our
pool
Is-
pass that costs an
He's
extra
going to finish
15 a
up his
month.
little spiel saying that New Barcombe is. He's not going to say something so cheesy as like it's a light to the rest of Barcombe of civil order, but he's going to say like this is one of the remaining safe places in Barcombe. There are marauding groups running around, and here we are safe. Please stop kicking that table.
Oh, sorry.
It shakes the mic and stuff. He's going to say, here we are safe. Do you have any questions?
How's your government organized? That's my question.
How is the government organized? Oh yeah, that's right. Ricky says that is a good question. We have organized things as so that we have a small council. Now there is New Barcombe, the building, and then several outposts where we have other people staying. You might have bumped into one on the way in. Each of these outposts has representative, and as well, every group that comes in, we allow them to have their own representative on this council in order to make decisions as a group. However, Jamie has the ability to make decisions that are emergency situations, make decisions on emergency situations, and pertinent day-to-day matters that are time-sensitive, along with a couple of her advisors.
Have you all had any contact with the federal government?
Ricky, what is Ricky going to say about that?
Oh, what is he going to say?
Ricky's gonna say yes. I think in this situation he'll say yes. He's gonna say, yeah, we actually have a few of their agents staying with us. A few of the agents that have come in to assess the situation of New Barcombe. They're very interested in this area because it is ground zero. We were the first ones hit, and so we have a few of them staying with us. We are in talks to establish what they call a safe zone. And so this might become a very federal establishment very quickly.
The federal government.
The elevator's gonna ding, and the doors open up, and you're going to walk out on what looks like.
Who's the president
Jamie.
of the United States?
I have no idea who that is.
Is this an alternate timeline? Is it Trump?
I have no idea. Trump might have died. I haven't. You have reached the boundaries of my world building. Congratulations, you overstepped. I have nothing to answer you with. So the doors open up, and you walk out into one of the hotel floors, and you see like a long hallway that has been done up with like you just see people walking in and out of doors. There's a fairly large population on this floor. As you walk down this hallway, the rooms have names above them. And not all of them. Some of them you can tell are like, by the way one door's open, it's just like a mix of different homes, different families, and things like that.
This is like the space station from Xenon Girl of the 21st century.
Sure. There are a few doors that are open, and you have somebody essentially sitting behind a makeshift desk selling different things. And so like this is a very like homey looking place. It's not very loud, but like it's loud enough that you can tell it's lively. He walks you along this hall and he explains how there's 3 floors like this where people live, and then there's a large section of space that is being prepared for new people to come in and live. There's also floors where food is stored, where ammunition is stored. They have different facilities as you go up, a hospital, things like that. And he kind of gives you the nickel and dime tour. And you go back to the elevator, he pops you up to a couple different floors, shows you the hospital wing. You're introduced to a man named Nick Vargas, who helps run the hospital. He calls himself the administrator of it. That's his like title that he's given himself. You meet a woman named Teresa. Oh, it's funny that her name's Teresa. I didn't even plan that.
Why is she like helping kids?
Teresa Page. As you're introduced to her, Ricky says you might know her. You might have heard of her as the Good Doctor.
The Good Doctor. Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
That's why it's funny that her name's Teresa. I didn't plan that.
good for you for making a doctor a woman. It's
Have
about
you
time
guys
grow up.
have you guys heard of the Good Doctor?
No.
No, is that a
I
TV
feel like
show?
maybe I was pretty big on watching Doctor TV shows. Probably.
Okay, so you haven't heard of her.
Go through my
No, you can't go through your memory. So she just in general, like when you haven't heard of her, she says, "Oh, I mean, most people have. That's funny. Well, if you
Is
guys,
she like Dr. Oz or Oprah?
no,
She's a public figure doctor.
she kind of like
Without
says,
an
if you guys
actual
need anything, you can come talk to me, and then dismisses you. And Ricky takes you through the rest of the hospital, and then gets up on the roof. Or takes you to the elevator, leads you up to the roof where you walk out, and there's at least 20 or so people that are walking between like a very large setup of like pots and greens and stuff like that, vegetables everywhere. And he like takes you to the edge of the roof, and you notice that there's a few other buildings in close proximity that have this same garden set up on top.
Oh,
So what's the catch? Do we need to make like a blood oath? Or
So
something?
you're not there, so you can't ask
So
questions
I-
like that. So Ricky looks back at the 4 of you and says, "Is there anything else you want to see? Is there anything else you want to know?"
I want to know how many people are there.
He says, "We have about 100 people that are living here with us."
Oh, that's it.
that's a pretty good amount.
That's a pretty good amount.
I guess
we can
I don't know.
kill
I guess
Jamie.
it's all relative.
The other Jamie.
Yep.
Kill our next Jamie, and we can.
Next.
You can take over.
Go
Yeah.
on a
Yeah.
Jamie spree.
I need you guys to ask him who won the last few World Series so I can bet on them.
the last few World Series? What?
Is this set in 2017? I thought it was like 2022.
Okay, no, we're
And
not.
that we
No.
would get the information and then I'd be able to
So, anyways,
IRL.
is there actually anything you guys want to ask him?
We got a population.
I'm gonna say, look, let's do some straight talk. We got a group of people. They're suspicious. They are worried about whether or not we can trust y'all, whether or not our personal liberties might be at risk. We want the safety and security, but we're worried about what cost comes with that. So, once we come here, what options are there for leaving, or are we free to go as we please? What kind of situation is there for the people who joined this new bark home?
So he's gonna look at you and say, "That's a great question. We expect you to pull your weight. You come here. We have people, basically an HR department. They're gonna interview all the people you bring in. They're gonna see what their special skills and talents are, and we're going to divvy you guys up as far as occupations go, to helping out the growth of New Bark Home. Leaving goes, I mean, if you want to leave, you can leave. That's up to you. But you take only your property with you. We do believe in property here in New Bark Home. You can buy and sell and trade, and whatever you can call yours, you can walk away from if you decide to leave. Most people don't leave just because this is a fairly... options for real estate, and he's going to kind of chuckle a little bit, and you realize that he might have been also a real estate agent, because politician and real estate agent kind of like creates the same personality type. He's going to say, not to offend anybody who might be listening who's a politician or a real estate agent, although I would be really interested to see which of those comments offends you most. He's generally going to say, what is he saying? Oh, he makes that joke, and he's going to say, yeah, there's not a lot of options. Not a lot of better options for real estate. We haven't yet had to evict anybody, but there are certain laws and rules that we need to live by if we are here. Generally, you respect other people's property, and you do what you're asked in order to better New Bark Home, and you don't kill anybody. It's pretty easy.
Kill anybody while we're here?
No, you can't.
Because Leonard would be out if they knew about what happened earlier.
Hey, he never actually died.
It was attempted.
So Ricky's gonna take this as joking conversation, but you realize he's kind of like got that weird look in his eye, like, wait, what's going on, and how serious is this?
Wait, that couldn't have just been thoughts.
Trevor's gonna step in and say, so if we were to come with you today, there would be a place for us to stay today. And Ricky, you're starting to get more of that real estate agent feel, because he like senses a sale and just starts killing it with Trevor. Just like, oh, we have at least 5 rooms available for anybody who wants to stop in today. I can show you them. You can take a look. We can walk through them a little bit, and like just kind of goes off with
Is he
Trevor talking
hitting
about
on
these
Trevor?
places. No, he's not hitting on Trevor
Does he
in
touch
any way,
him
shape, or
at any
form.
point?
No.
Like the elbow?
Oh my gosh!
maybe
All right,
you should
we're
do that.
losing this entirely.
Do a quick perception check. Insight?
Insight. Sure, I'll do an insight.
No.
To see if he's touching him?
No, just to see.
see how he feels.
Because
Just
he
roll
is a
the dice.
salesman,
Just roll
you
the
know?
dice.
I only got a 6, so it doesn't matter what I think.
I'm like, seems like he's a dude. Seems like he's
Nice.
telling us stuff.
So Trevor, at this point, unless either of you stop him, Trevor's just going to run with this one. And he is going to get you guys a place to stay.
What? Why is he? How is he constantly like leapfrogging me into the next big decision? Like,
Yeah, doesn't Ricky believe that Tex is the leader? Because Tex won that initiative role?
I think at this point, Tex would just have to say, like, well, we better talk with our...
yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. We want to make sure we give everybody option. That's what I say.
I think we will be moving in, but we got to make sure that everybody wants to come. And we've got to make sure they feel safe about it if that's what they want to do.
Ricky nods and says, of course. Let's head down. Did everybody come in with you, or
we left some people behind because we wanted to make sure it was safe.
Do we need to go pick them up? We have a few vehicles that we can go and do that with.
We'll go ahead and do it because, frankly, maybe they wouldn't trust you.
Fair enough. You guys get in the elevator. You start going down to the bottom floor. Is there anything you want to jump in and say at this point?
I just want to see if there's like a mint bowl and grab a mint.
There is not a mint bowl in the elevator.
In the lobby. There's like a lobby.
Oh, okay.
around.
There is a very empty mint bowl in the lobby.
Take the ball. We can sell it.
It's totally my bowl.
Are you gonna try and steal
No,
it?
I'm not gonna steal a bowl.
He's gonna squat, make sure no one's watching, and then
Yeah.
You're gonna Skyrim
down.
it. Yeah, exactly. So you guys, he takes you down to the lobby and he says, "I'll just be waiting here. Go on."
All right.
And Eric sees you guys come in again. He waves at you, and everybody in general is just happy to see you.
It's such a happy place. So much love in this club. So it seems safe, but here's the metagame talk. Is this gonna get us points?
exactly my question.
Because then they're not ours anymore. We've got all these people, but they're not ours.
Yeah.
But they're gonna want to go anyway. Trevor will
Well,
be like,
isn't
"We're going."
the way to win the game is to like discover what's happening?
And we
Yeah.
will.
There's
3
different ways to win the game. You kill the other players. You
Wait, we're
at
gonna
the
meet
end,
the other players?
It's
Yeah.
entirely possible.
Yeah, you can.
Dude, let's murder those.
Especially if you like end up gathering in a very public place where people tend to come to. Like New
He's talking
Barcode.
about new Barcode.
But yeah, so 3 ways to win. You discover why New Barcombe was the center of the outbreak. Or the second way is you kill all the other players. And the third way is if we still have survivors by the end of 8 episodes each, then whoever has the most points wins. You get points for having survivors that are a part of your group.
Are they going to be part of our group?
By joining New Barcombe, your NPCs will be divvied out. 2 different jobs in our New Barcombe, and they will become citizens of New Barcombe. At that point, you can, if New Barcombe were to fall, you have 100 potential people.
I was gonna say, this is like a golden opportunity for us to overthrow this society. Then we have 100 people on our team, and like can't be stopped.
Except that then a whole bunch of them might just kill us.
No, they can't
You
kill
just
us.
essentially,
we have
if you want to go
bulletproof
for this,
armor.
I'm going to expect all the political intrigue.
That's
in
what I'm
the world.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
Let's not kill anybody, but
No.
I mean, let's try and be political stars.
Yeah,
I
let's
mean, I've
keep-
got 5 persuasion.
Yeah,
Let's
that was
keep-
a pretty good idea.
Let's
It would-
keep
it'd be
that
fun.
that option open of if we can get people like persuade people to our side and stage possibly just a little bit of a coup.
Just a little bit of.
Just a little bit of a
Just
coup.
a little bit of a coup.
Then all of
Mini
a sudden,
coup.
what's
Mini
going to
Cooper.
stop us? You know? Like you got to think that these the other teams are small potatoes. They're just thinking like, let's unravel the mystery.
Yeah, they're just a little.
We are the only ones
Little
with the
russets.
foresight and the skills necessary.
I like this. I will make it possible for you to do it. You're gonna have to roll like mad and come up with some really good plans, but it's possible for you to do it.
Okay. That's my plan.
I'm assuming that you guys are all on board with now staying in New Barcombe.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to the. Let's
go to the
let's
car
talk to our
and talk to
NPCs and
Yeah.
make sure those robots.
Any problems
You
with
make it out to the truck without a problem, and I've been thinking about their personalities this entire time. None of them are really going to be against this idea. Trevor's gonna sell it really well too. Actually, we're gonna roll for that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's gonna sell it really well.
We're gonna,
What?
Um,
Why can't I sell it?
You're not their leader.
You wanna outroll him and see if you can do a better job?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll because I've got a +10 modifier. So, what do you get?
+5
You got
persuasion.
7 just now.
It's a
roll
little
a
bit
7.
higher than a 7.
Because he's
he's got
got
modifiers.
he's got modifiers.
Sure,
Okay.
he-
Wait, it's off the table. Doesn't count, right?
No, it doesn't. You have to reroll it.
Okay. All right.
Oh my gosh, the leadership battle between Tex and Trevor.
So much pressure.
Nope, you didn't.
Wait, it's 13.
Yeah, he still beat you.
He's stupid Trevor.
Stupid Trevor.
How did I roll a 3?
I don't
I just
know.
got a 10. It would have been. Obviously, I would have won.
It would have been.
Just
so,
FYI, we're going to install Pearl as the puppet leader of New Barcombe, but everyone will know that we are running the show.
yes. Okay, that's good.
It's a good plan.
So generally, everybody after it's sold. I mean, Ernesto seems a little sketchy about it, and he's maybe the flightiest one. But he goes along with it. He wants to check it out. He's going to. Who's he going to go to? Leonard, roll a perception check.
He's going to try and shank Leonard.
So you notice that Ernesto.
That's actually 20, by the way.
Yeah, no, it was good enough. Ernesto as you guys are walking up to New Barcombe, is going to lean into Pearl. You're not going to hear all of the words that he says, but essentially the idea you're going to get out of it is, if this is bad, we bail.
Okay.
But again, those are the two flightiest ones. Everybody else is
That is my girlfriend.
tentative,
You were worried about
but like willing to check it out. You walk back up into the lobby, and Ricky takes all of them on the same tour, shows them all the same things, and by the end of it, everybody's pretty okay with it. At that point, he takes you to the floor that you're going to stay on. We'll say it's the 8th floor. And as you walk out, you're greeted by a similar scene to the one that you walked out on earlier. Lots of people going back and forth. However, this is a little bit quieter of a hallway. It seems like the one you walked out onto was a little bit more of like the main place to go. It was like the market square.
This is the burbs.
This is more of the burbs. It's a little bit quieter. There's not a lot of people walking around. These people are working day jobs. Oh my gosh. There's plans for assassination going on in the background as we're leaning into each other very, very seductively.
Well, because he's afraid that he's gonna assume that Gerald actually just said it out loud.
That's probably smart.
Hilarious.
Gerald's just walking around. Ricky's like, anyone have any thoughts? And Gerald's like, I will assassinate Jamie.
Ricky's going to lead you to your rooms, and he's going to set you guys up. So essentially, at this point, you know where everything is. You know where to go to get food. You know where to go if you get sick. You know where the garden is on top. There's even like a little, I'm not going to say a firing range, but there's like a weapons place where you can get like things fixed and rearmed
Where do we
and
go
stuff
if we
like
get
that.
scared?
Into your house, which is where he's leading you.
What kind of like?
Do you have a key
How
card?
defensible is this place? Like, yeah, is it key card style, or is it like, are there windows in each room out into the hallway, or something?
What would it
like
take
that?
to break into someone's room? Is
Yeah.
what we're saying.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Oh, that's
How safe
fair.
am I in my room?
So
How safe is
as
the
you
person I
walk
want
up
to
to
kill
your
in their
room, you notice that the electronic card locks that were on everything have been busted out. They're gone, and they've been replaced by a deadbolt, a fairly large-looking deadbolt.
Every door has a deadbolt?
Only the doors, and Ricky points this out to you. He says, we do this to apartment or hotel rooms that have been prepared for people to stay in them. Because we don't have the electricity to work all the key locks, so we create deadbolts. And so he shows you, you walk into your first hotel room, and as you walk in, it's like your classic hotel room. It's pretty big, it's pretty spacey. It's got like a tiny little kitchen with a microwave.
Beautiful.
And you've got two rooms that shoot off, like two doors that lead to rooms that shoot off in either direction, and a small like living room area. On your left as you walk in is the bathroom, but there's also another door that has been completely removed, and it leads to a second hotel room with like the exact same setup, but essentially you now have two places where you can put however many people.
Cool.
There are two of these rooms, and he leaves it to you guys, or there's I guess like four of these places, but two living spaces for you guys to take, and he essentially leaves it up to you guys. Trevor is going to take Virginia. Well, Trevor and Virginia, since they knew each other beforehand, are going to go off, and they take the room directly across the hall.
They take a room.
Tony,
Lovers.
Pearl and Bradley are going to go with them.
What?
Yeah. In your guys' space is going to be Tony, Tommy, Ernesto, and Jay.
Jay Collier.
And at this point, you lose all of your NPCs.
That's fine.
But we still are going to probably be seeing them frequently, right?
Oh yeah, I mean
So-
you live in the same space.
And so if we wanted to like split or like get one of them to help us, then we might be able to.
You might be able to, yeah. You also have the opportunity to meet all kinds of new people in this place.
So we still get the benefit of being able to team up with people if we can convince them. The only different, and so in that way, it's the same as having NPCs that belong to us. It's
Yeah.
just that they don't count for us.
They don't count
points
for you.
wise.
Yeah.
And also, we don't have to get food for them.
You don't have to get food for them. In fact, food is a fairly easy thing to come by in New Barcombe. You won't have to worry about that as much.
So can I
personal
just stack
overflow.
HP? How much food do I get?
I mean, you can still only eat 3 times a day.
So I'm going to eat 3 times.
Okay, well,
we'll save that for the end.
yeah, we'll save that for the end. But yeah, Ricky essentially at this point says, if you have any questions, and he points to a landline telephone sitting by the elevator.
If you have any questions, call Batman.
No, and you walk up to it, and there's a list of numbers on it and everything, important people to call, and this phone is essentially the police booth for each floor. And he says, if you have any questions, if anything comes up, go to this phone, especially if it's an emergency, give him a call. We do have our own police, and he puts this in air quotes, police force that deals with things if something bad were to come up. Our security team, if you look out one of your windows and you see something not right out on the street, you can call the security team and they will deal with it as well.
So we need to find a way to disconnect those phones and overthrow the security force.
Is this turning into a heist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited for you guys to do this. So, at this point, the rest of the episode is your guys's. We can call it here and count it as you've officially been gutted. You have no NPCs. You are in this really safe place.
Is the van still ours, by the way?
The van.
We should have asked about that. I mean, it's
You guys and Trevor and Virginia. You guys will have to talk to them about whose the van technically is. But the New Barcombe sees it as the property of your group.
Hopefully you still have the keys.
Yeah, I still have the keys.
Oh, it's Gerald's property.
Nice.
What
Good
up?
job.
So you guys have a van.
We have a van. Okay, we're going to drive it into Jamie's bed.
She doesn't. She lives on the. Oh, I'm gonna have to write this down.
We're getting the official location?
Oh my gosh!
How do we meet Jamie?
But you know where the government.
You don't wanna
actually,
tell us.
You don't know where her apartment would be, but you do know that the government offices are on the 10th floor.
2 little floors away.
We're on the 8th floor?
Yeah.
Okay,
Is
we
that
need
the
to
top
start.
floor?
What do we do to start politicking? I want to politic just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Maybe you should just start. We should get to know people on our floor.
I think I want to reach back out to somebody and say, figure out about this council and make sure I'm the one on it. That's the first thing that needs to happen.
Yeah.
So the guy that we talked to when he came in, I'm gonna
right.
go talk to him
You
and be
do
like,
have to. Okay, we are gonna hold votes. We are gonna hold a quick vote to see who your representation is. Ricky's going to say, we do need to know which of you...
wait, can I just talk to him by myself and be like, I'm the group leader? And then be done
Wait,
with
he's
it?
saying of the 11 of us or of the...
Of the 11 of you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're going to have a little political debate. Oh,
Yeah,
this
we
is
are.
exciting. I did
No.
not expect a lot of this to
I
happen.
better get a good roll.
And you never get a good roll.
Because it all depends on one roll.
I'm debating whether... I mean, there's so many fun stories that could come out of this. Oh, this is great. Okay, so
no.
people who are going to run for it. Bradley is actually going to throw his name in.
I bet his car door will vote for him.
Trevor, Bradley, Trevor, and which of the three of you is going to run for it?
I'm
or
obviously running for it. Because
just
I've got
you, or
that
does
charisma.
Gerald want to jump in on this too?
Gerald holds, for some reason, a very deep reverence for Tex.
Got you.
Because
Okay.
I'm popular.
I think probably though that
The 13-year-old's not allowed to be on the council. Sorry.
I'm planning on it.
Maybe when you grow older.
Maybe when you grow
Are
older.
there actual bylaws preventing 13-year-olds from?
I mean,
Oh,
then
that's
just
a
in
question
general,
I
you
didn't
have to be an
ask.
18-year-old. Okay, cool. So we're gonna do this charisma roll off. You have to convince the group as to why you should be the representative.
Wait, should we... I feel like it should be more than just one roll. I feel like we should... It should be like a series of
Escalating dares.
a series
No,
of-
no.
Just
It's
one
gonna
roll?
be one big
One
roll
roll?
because if you guys screw it up, you now have somebody you need to remove.
I
And
guess
that's
that
gonna
does-
be great.
That does also make it. That would be fun.
Oh,
but,
it's all gonna be fun.
But I mean, come on. I've got plus 10 modifier on persuasion rolls, right?
Yeah.
I can do this, right?
Yeah,
It's a
go ahead.
persuasion check, right?
Go ahead. Yeah, it's a persuasion check.
Give a speech first, just to see if you get like an inspiration point.
Yeah,
or
go
a
for it.
boost.
The barriers you have to overcome are essentially, I'm sorry I was stupid enough to get Jamie killed. Not that it was directly your fault,
Yeah,
but
let's-
that's where people look. That's where people place blame.
People.
Then you have to overcome your competency. Like, I am the best leader because when you've got Bradley, who's essentially the BFG, and Trevor, who is your survivalist weekend warrior, who's like, he just bleeds confidence. And then there's you.
I also bleed confidence.
Yes, you do. It's a different kind of confidence, though. Roll.
I also am good at fighting stuff.
Okay, so tell me what you tell these people.
Look, y'all, I know we've had some tough times, but we've had them together. The passing of Jamie was a blow for all of us. And I just want to make sure that we can have our voices heard here. That way we could take the lessons that we learned together and bring them to help better all the people's lives here in New Barcombe. I know that as your representative,
Leonard is rifling through a notebook, pretending it's a book, and nodding along with everything that Sax is saying. Continue in your speech.
I know that as your representative in this official New Barcombe Council, I'll be able to make sure that our priorities are made heard. And I'm more than willing to listen to any input from any of y'all. And even to put things to vote when y'all wondered how I should vote in the council. Okay, that's pretty good, right? You gotta give me something.
Bradley gets up, and he essentially doesn't say anything new, just like that he feels that it would be a really good idea for him to do it. He doesn't really have much to say.
He is cool. Bradley's
admittedly.
like, I'm looking for like an internship to like put on my resume.
I'm looking for an internship to put on my resume. Trevor, give me the dice.
Wait, was Trevor on like student council or anything?
That's a 5. What are you rolling again for?
I'm rolling for Bradley as well.
Alright, 5 and a 7.
Wait, don't you automatically win if you don't get a critical fail? Oh, I guess they have modifiers too.
Yeah, they do have modifiers too.
Trevor has like something.
Okay.
just a piece of
So
crap.
Trevor's gonna get up, and he's gonna start out really strong, but he's gonna miss. And Leonard's sitting over here, and just like as he's giving the speech, is realizing, holy cow, he's not hitting on the big points. He's botching this, and he's like leafing through his leadership book, and he's like, I would have said this and this and this, and like Trevor totally just bombs this speech, and it's awful. Make your charisma roll.
Alright, come on.
That's gotta be it, right?
Dang it, I thought it was going to be so much more fun if you lost. Okay, so after this conversation is going to go back and forth for hours. But you managed to run for the first time in your life. You managed to run circles around somebody in a debate.
Yes.
Trevor really has nothing going for him, and at the end, you win just by the slimmest margin. Essentially, you managed to convince Pearl and Ernesto to vote for you, and that's the tipping point. It's tied, and they're not voting, and you managed to say something to them that twists it, and they both vote for you, and you win.
Can we say that Pearl and Ernesto are in our room, our like group?
Well, he said they're split up, right?
Pearl's across the hall, and Ernesto's
but then why did Pearl go with Trevor but then vote against him?
Because she didn't want to be in the same room as you.
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
That is some tough truth that I'm having to confront.
I had to make this all up on the spot,
Oh, wait.
and that was the best reason I could come up
But
with.
now
so.
she's the girl next door.
Now she's...
that makes
So
it
anyways,
even
congrats, you won.
It is a big... I'm really feeling it right now. It was very tense. We all felt it, right?
We all felt.
Definitely.
After a little while, somebody's going to drop by to talk to you. Not to you specifically, but just to the group in general.
Okay.
Mostly
to me specifically.
Mostly to you specifically. His name's gonna be Todd. Todd Walsh. He's gonna introduce
Todd
himself,
Walsh.
and he's gonna shake your hand. He's like, "Hi, my name's Todd." And he's gonna explain to you his job. He runs the zombie hunting cruise.
He's like, I'm Todd Walsh. I'm the one that brainwashes all the new people. I'm the zombie hunter.
He's like an older guy. Nice. Like not really charismatic in any way, shape, or form. He doesn't like sound like he's trying to win you guys over. He's just matter-of-factly saying he was sent by the council to come talk to you guys to figure out who was going to be a representative, and he's going to explain his job is to go out with the cruise and destroy nests and hordes of zombies. And he's got the scars all over to prove it. And essentially, Like, he's not trying to be intimidating, but you get just, like, a little bit of an intimidation factor from this guy. This guy will kill anything that moves.
Nice.
Okay.
So we
Can
all
I take
stand
a quick
really
meta
still.
moment?
Yeah, meta moment.
What is it in this circumstance? I hadn't thought about this. In this circumstance, if you are part
We
of a
take
party
out a nest.
that
Yeah.
takes out a nest, how does that?
You get points for it.
You,
Okay.
you do get
You do.
points for it. Just
You're
by being
you're
in that
remembered for being... The points are based on what you're remembered for doing.
party. Okay.
And so, if
Legacy
you're
points
part
or
of that crew, then you're remembered as a zombie nest killing crew. So
Okay.
you get points for it.
Okay, that's cool.
Somewhat meta moment. I think you guys, if you are to politic our way to the top, you're gonna need to like shower Gerald down and dress him up in a suit. I'm imagining Hagrid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're gonna need to do some serious work on this
Just
Gerald
do a little
character.
makeover and make sure he shuts up.
Can we
That's
have
a
sort
good
of
part
like
in
a
any movie,
Can we
the
have
makeover.
yeah? Can we have some sort
A
of
Princess
montage?
Diaries style montage.
We'll try all the haircuts.
Where you try and like comb my hair.
Go for it. Montage this. I'm
Yeah,
like giving you the
that's good.
scene.
I like that. So
Oh, honey, we've got a lot of work to do.
That's classic. That's classic.
maybe we do you have a beard?
Yeah, I have a beard, and you try combing it, and the comb breaks.
Breaks the comb.
Breaks the comb.
Classic.
That's great, guys. Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
I got
Purely, well, who did I give an inspiration point to
Me.
earlier? Did I give you one? I'm not going to give you a second one.
What?
No, I'm not going to load you up on inspiration points. But
What else does he have?
we will talk about what this montage does for your character off script. So Todd, he talks to you. We're going to say this cleaning up is going to happen over the next 3 days. That's one of the things you guys are going to do.
Right.
Todd's going to talk to you, and he's going to invite you up to meet the rest of the council.
Nice. I'll do it.
Is Todd on the council?
Todd is on the council.
How can
are,
I get on the council?
are you guys going to go with him?
Can I be his chief of staff? I am his chief of staff.
What does that
No.
even mean?
That means he has a staph infection, I think.
And that is what that means. Essentially, in order to get onto the council is made up of the leaders of the outposts, the leaders of certain jobs. So you have like the lead farmer, you have Todd Walsh,
How
the
many
zombie
people
hunter.
are on this council?
There's quite a few. You essentially have to take
Diluted
over
political
somebody's job, or like suck your way
Wait.
up to the top.
Wait,
What?
before we end this session, we're going with him to the council. Is the whole council gathered?
Not the whole council, but there's a few members there. Yeah.
Keep you guys hanging out.
Is the head of farming there?
Just because I like the smile on your face, yes, the head of farming is there.
Gerald, as
of
is
agriculture.
well known, knows a lot about fertilizer.
I see.
This is the biggest amount of BS that I've been willing to go with because it
literal.
fits.
Yeah.
No, we're
Because
being
it fits.
completely real.
Indeed.
Gerald is a small town boy with a lot of knowledge about fertilizer. Or on it, we could.
I'm not going to give you a lot of knowledge about fertilizer.
No.
I'm not going to give you any advantages, but I'm going to, because you guys do need some kicks into the society, I'm going to give you, enough that you could, if you rolled really well, BS your way through the whole thing.
Once again,
Real
yes.
fast. Is there a head of like building maintenance?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Forget the farming stuff. We're gonna retcon that. Gerald actually, he's a literal sewer keeper.
I was going
man.
to say, this is more your
This
alley.
is more my
You don't
alley.
have to BS
That's
any of this.
so
Okay.
perfect. That's so important for civilization.
Just bread
Get
and
the
butter.
sewage.
Okay, so Gerald is wearing
Gross.
a suit.
No, not at this point.
Okay,
Your
not
montage
it
takes you
happens.
3
later.
montage
days to
happens
clean
later.
up.
Okay. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Oh, here's the setup. It's beautiful. What? They have a very rudimentary plumbing system here. Essentially, you have to go to designated rooms, and they've created. There's a separate job which empties these makeshift septic tanks, and you come on.
Okay. We're
We're gonna get to this moment
Okay.
though. I'm just you've noticed this because immediately you were asking Ricky
that's
about
what he's
it.
looking at.
That's
because
what
I had
you're
to take
going
a
for.
dump fast, and
Yeah. And then, but we're gonna go back to the moment with Todd Walsh. Maybe this is a question you ask of the council, but Todd Walsh is gonna say come with me.
Okay.
Are you two gonna go with?
Yes. Yeah.
So you guys are going with them. Trevor, a little bit defeated and a little bit bruised from his political loss, is not going to go with you guys. So the three of you head up. Todd's going to take you into the elevator. You're going to go up to... No, he's not going to take you in the elevator. You guys are going to go up the stairs.
Oh, nice.
It's only 2 floors. And as you guys start walking towards the elevator, he's going to say, no. It's only 2 floors. We're going to take the stairs in order to save some energy so the generators don't have to run that hard. And you guys are going to go up 2 floors to the council room, and you guys are going to walk out, and whatever this floor was before, it looks like some kind of like meeting center that people would like rent out in order to hold like receptions or weddings or what have you. You walk out, and they've it's just like this big open space with chandeliers hanging in it, and one really, really long table. It looks like it's 4 tables put together with just chairs up and down it all the way. And in the middle of this table is one chair that's a little bit taller than the others. Again, it looks like a mismatch set. Not so much like, oh, this is really cool, like really beautiful chair. It's like this chair is different than the other ones because it's red instead of green. Like that kind of terribleness. This is very makeshift. And there's going to be a scattering of like 8 or 9 people all standing around at the end of this table waiting for you guys to come up. Todd's going to walk up. You've been chatting with him, so he's going to introduce you and your group, and he's going to introduce the 13-year-old boy who for some reason came, and Gerald, who looks dirty and ugly like everybody else, but especially dirty and ugly because he's Gerald. And he's just going to go through and introduce you to all these people. I'm not going to go through all the names because I don't have them set out.
What is the name of the head of maintenance?
Head of maintenance. Let's look at that really quick.
Yeah, I guess in this moment, like, I, as Tex, could just break and say, hey, I know it's kind of odd, brought them with me because they've got things to offer, okay? These are my closest advisors.
I need Tex. This is the time where Tex.
Okay.
Because he's really smart. And
there's gonna be a couple laughs at the word maintenance, and one of the guys is gonna reach over and bump somebody, taller guy, really like tall and skinny, got kind of like a bony look to him, like very thin guy, losing most of his hair. He's gonna get bumped, and the guy's gonna say, sounds like somebody you need to get to know, Damon. And the feeling you generally get is that this Damon guy's been getting a lot of crap.
Good.
Pun, didn't even mean it. And he's gonna look over and he's gonna say, yeah, no, I'm the head of maintenance. And he's gonna like kind of give you an up and down look and be like, what do you got, son? What are you good at?
Gerald says, I come from a family of sewer dwellers. Gerald says, I immediately noticed that you are running the Huckstep Z14 sewer system, and I've worked a lot with those in the past. I set up everything around Barcombe. I can retrofit your sewage system to operate at peak efficiency.
Oh, wow, it sounds good.
Gerald, at this point, all traces of insanity and craziness are wiped right now from his speech.
Because he's talking about
He's
sewers.
talking about
Wiped. Nice.
He's
Thank
too
you.
deep in his knowledge to be crazy.
Exactly.
Damon is going to have the most downtrodden and disheartened look on his face as he realizes
he sees his successor.
He's gonna have to get a new
as he realizes that the person he needs and all of the knowledge that he needs in order to make New Barcombe run a little bit better is
me.
you.
Yeah, what up?
And he's just gonna fall apart, and he's gonna say, we'll, and like he's gonna choke out these words because they hurt him so much. We'll work together on creating a better, and he's just gonna trail right off and just like lose it. And like you notice that everybody around him is just busted up laughing.
Yeah,
They're
man.
losing it.
I'm gonna have that guy's job within an episode.
You are officially, over the next 3 days, we're gonna have you make some rolls.
Okay.
For how well you do.
Okay. Here's a quick meta discussion. So I did not invest much into intelligence because
I will give you advantage on sewer rolls because we are this deep into your character.
and because sewer is literally the name of my character.
Yes.
Gerald the sewer keeper.
Yes.
I'm also this good at golf. If we ever have.
Well, that's
If it ever
debatable.
comes out.
That's debatable,
Like
but
golf
because
clubs,
you
there's a difference.
just because you've like invested so much into this character, this terrible, terrible character that should not get you anywhere in life except shot, I will give you advantage on these rolls.
Heck yeah.
Because every other time you open your mouth,
Is about the sewer.
yes,
Everything we do is about the sewer.
yeah. Okay, so this is good. This is good. Todd's going to be laughing a little bit, which is astounding for a man of his disposition, and he's just going to look at Tex and say, "Is there anything else you'd like to bring up before the this gathering of the council?"
This is your chance to get political favor.
I would just like to say I'm really excited about working with y'all and just making not only a safe space for the people I brought with me, but also for the people who are here. Working together, get stuff done. Am I gonna do a roll or what?
Yeah, sure, roll it. I mean,
This
why
is
not?
my impression. Come on, 20. Okay, so that's a 24.
Yeah, okay, that's good. That'll get you in good. I mean, these people are somehow liking this Texas charm, and they're like, "Hey, we got somebody else good on the council. This is
We're
good."
gonna
By the way,
own these.
Texas charm. You grew up in Barcon, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah, but he's totally faking
your
this
name
whole
is
Southern
Tex,
hospitality.
so-
Yeah, I don't think we really hammered that out, but I am in Barcombe, so I don't.
Maybe it's people that maybe people call you Tex because you're from Texas.
originally. Yeah, he moved there in ninth grade.
Maybe you've
something
spent
like that.
so much time being called Tex that you don't even remember your actual name anymore.
It's a foggy history.
It's a
Actual
foggy
origin
history.
history.
There's a mist over that.
So this is I'm gonna say this was a successful day.
Could we do the sewer keeping rolls right before we end? That's just like the climax that everyone's been waiting for.
Like everyone.
If everybody's been waiting for this, I'm gonna be
let's do
astounded.
it. So,
Okay,
what do we-
so you are going to get 3 rolls for the next 3 days.
Okay. And what's my modifier?
I'm gonna give you advantage.
Which is +4.
No, advantage means you roll twice.
You roll twice and take the
Yeah,
highest
I remember
number.
that.
So I
Okay,
roll
my bad.
6 times.
Well, I guess this is how you set it up. You, we can either do it this way. We can do it one of a few ways, I should say. We can say that you're physically working on the sewer system, so we can make it like a strength thing. We can say that it's you're explaining to them how to use the system itself, and I'll give you advantage on that one because you know so much that
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how bad your charisma is. You just know so much.
Yeah.
Or we can make this a straight up intelligence check where you're problem solving.
Yeah.
And I will just give you like a base add-on because you know so much about sewers. So
What
I'll give
would-
you like a +4 or 5 just because you know so
Yeah, I
much
feel
about
like
sewers.
that makes more sense to me of like, I may not be intelligent generally, but I have like +6 in sewer skill.
Okay, cool.
Which is a new skill.
Yeah, so I'll give you we'll say it's maxed out. I'll give you a +5
Okay.
on this intelligence roll.
Okay. Sweet. But no advantage. Just the
No
+5.
advantage, just
Okay.
a +5.
9.
Is your intelligence 0?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Okay, roll again. 7. Okay, so the first day you get a 9.
Yeah.
Which isn't very good. You start to lose them a little bit, but like you do point out like a couple things that could be improved that aren't readily obvious. So that
All you
means
gotta
you
do is
get to
a
keep
20.
going. So roll again. This is day 2.
Okay. Oh, this is day 2.
Yeah, this is day 2.
Okay.
That's a 2. Hey, you still got advantage. Roll again. Oh no, you don't have advantage because it's a. So the first one was a 9.
Yep.
The second one was a.
Do we want to say advantage or do we want to say
I don't-
skill? We'll say advantage. We'll say
How about this? I accidentally gave you advantage on the first day.
Uh-huh.
You screwed it. So now you get 1 roll for the second day. So roll.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my
That's a
gosh.
10.
What is
So again, you point out a few things. You're acting under what they thought your ability was. You don't get advantage.
But I'm
for the
still
third
better
day.
than that loser Damon.
Well, I mean, you know a little bit, but like you're only pointing out little tweaks so far. Like in your head, you're building up to this masterpiece, but they don't see it. You feel so much like Leonardo da Vinci, like Michelangelo. Your genius is just lost on these heathens. So
They're
now you
just
make your
too
third roll, the
barbaric.
This
third
is
day.
literally the thing that I care the most about in my entire life.
I've got to say a couple prayers. Hold on a second.
Oh, you did it! That's going to be a 19. That is so much better than the 2s and 3s.
God is good.
So, on a 19, I mean, you still did not ace this check. It's only a 19.
And this is only the first 3 days.
This is only the first
So-
two
And
days.
you've still kind of blown them away.
However, this is the masterpiece that you've been building up to. And they stop and they realize that they should have given you a little bit more credit the last few days because you really just show them how to do things better.
I'm going to say that what I did was I made it so that all of the sewers, everything, like all the piping, instead of going into 6 different septic tanks, now goes into 1 septic tank. And I am building towards getting chemicals that will be able to eat away at all the human waste. So we're just far more efficient, just far less septic tanks taking up space. Everyone is blown away.
Hopefully no one actually knows anything about septic tanks who listens to this.
Because all of that is BS from the guy who spent a summer working on septic tanks. Yes.
I don't know anything about septic. It sounded great to me.
I'm sure in theory it sounds like a fantastic idea. Rewiring, they make one correction on your 19. Rewiring, repiping everything.
It's hard. That's hard.
Yeah, and tearing apart the structure of the hotel to make this work.
Yeah.
Probably not going to work, but they love your idea of getting chemicals that will be able to eat away at the human waste. Because, before the whole zombie apocalypse, we were really worried about the environment. Yeah. Now that everything's pretty much destroyed and the population of the Earth decimated, we care a lot less. So using chemicals to destroy human waste sounds really great.
That's sweet.
And so they also love this idea because it takes people off the sanitation crew and puts them into scavenging or other important things.
Guys,
so
how close am I to taking Damon's job?
Well, we can do one more roll to close this episode. Leonard and Tex, is there anything else you guys want to do for the rest of this day?
I don't
know We're
yet.
rewinding back to the point where we're all standing in the office with these other 8.
Okay.
Todd Walsh is about to walk you guys out. You can say something before them, or we can go back to the hotel room, the apartment, and you guys can make a decision there.
I don't think there's anything else that we need to do. I think we're probably pretty good.
Yeah, I think we're probably good.
But if anything, if I'm able to give our good friend Gerald any type of
political favors,
just
sort of a pat on the back,
anything I can do to help him out, because I'm invested in his future.
Okay, we're gonna roll this a little bit. You make one charisma roll. This is going to essentially be the next 3 days of you working with these other members. If you roll well, this gives you some political clout that you can throw around.
Doesn't he get more
Not a
political
lot.
clout because he did get the
I did a good introduction.
He did a really good introduction. Does he get anything from that?
Yeah, so this is going to give him the ability to really establish himself.
Okay.
So go ahead.
I'm mostly concerned though about Gerald making sure that he is able to do the things that he needs to do, because I know that if Gerald is in a position of authority, then I've gained more authority that way.
Yeah, so this role is essentially going to set you up to help Gerald move into power. So go ahead.
All right. Okay. Come on. Okay, it's a 6, which is a 16.
Okay, so it's gonna help. It's gonna help him out a little bit. I'll say it gives you a +2 on this roll. But here's the thing: you can choose to do this one of 2 ways. You can either you set up the sewer system. Now you can go for Damon's job, and just straight cutthroat him out of it, which is going to be a really hard charisma
check. Yeah. I don't.
And
think
that
I'm gonna
+2
end up
is going to neutralize the -2 that you have.
But it's okay. What's the
Or
other
you can use this opportunity to kind of suck up to Damon and try and have this become your thing.
That's what that makes
he's
the most
just
sense,
gonna
correct?
offload responsibility for the sewer
'Cause then
system.
we
on
can-
you.
Damon loves you.
Yep, Damon
Then
loves me.
Everybody else loves you. There's no hard feelings anywhere. Everybody just...
I don't know if this is necessarily going to get you a spot on the council.
But it could lead to a spot on the council.
Yeah,
Whereas trying to,
But you won't be a Jedi Master.
Damon is. You're still going to report to Damon. So Damon's going to be the one who controls the vote, but he goes to you for sewer stuff.
Yeah,
So,
and
this is your dream job.
and
This is everything.
This is my dream job. And where else am I going to build grassroots support against Damon?
Then taking care of everybody else.
Then working with everyone else.
Also, every mobster started out as a garbage man. So.
That's true.
So I'm going to make you roll this.
Organized
Because of
crime,
your
baby.
success, I'll give you Yeah, why not? I'll give you advantage. I just want to see where the story goes.
Okay, so I get +2 from...
So you're at a 0 for charisma in general.
Okay, but I'm doing a charisma roll, and I have advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have, like, persuasion or anything
I
like
have literally nothing.
Maybe you should have waited until the next episode to do these, when you could have added skills.
Well, I feel like this is... Correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like this is lower risk. If I'm trying to cutthroat him out, that's high risk.
It is.
But this is like, hey, what do you think?
Worst-case scenario?
This is Gerald ambles up to Damon and says, "You had 3 days to get to know me. I hope that I've done well by the sewer keeper name, because that is my last name. Is the sewer keeper."
Okay.
Etc. What'd you get?
12, and I get to
again.
choose, or I get
You take
what
the
is the highest.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good.
7,
So
12.
you're gonna take the 12. So
With
it's
the
just
+2,
12 flat.
right?
No, the +2 just cancels out my -2 charisma.
Well,
Try.
he's gonna give you he's gonna dismiss you a little bit, and he's gonna say, let me think it over. We'll see how the next few days go. Just give it some more time.
Okay.
Give it some more
That's
time.
still probably the most charming you've ever been.
That
literally-
is, yeah, straight
If
up.
I did that to Pearl, she would be my wife.
Running in the other direction.
Still would.
So,
Wait,
yeah.
I bet Pearl wants to get some booty from the councilman for maintenance.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Yeah, suddenly
now
you're so much more
you
attractive.
formed this idea in your head, and now you've realized that in order to metagame the crap out of this and also get a fictional girlfriend, you have to become the counselor of maintenance.
Yeah.
Oh, this is dirty.
Dang. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna spend my skills on persuasion now because it's a political game now. I've just decided.
It's
Yeah.
But we
exactly.
max out at +5, right?
You do.
So I can't
But
put any more
if there's nothing else anybody wants to do, we will officially close
We're
this
good.
episode. The first episode without any combat whatsoever.
That was
That's
awesome.
still pretty good.
Actually,
maneuver.
your guys' first episode didn't have any combat either.
We killed like one shuffler.
Yeah, we.
Oh, you killed one zombie. That's
Yeah,
right.
we just talked too
So-
much.
Yeah, we killed that one guy as a result of talking for 10 minutes. That was really what happened.
Yes, and I had to cut most of it out. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of Give and Take. No, I've got outro music.
Okay.
Thank you.